It's Brutungo, and today we're going to be doing a collection video where I'm going to go through and show off the collectibles that I currently have on display. And we're going to start off with the latest stuff I picked up. There's a bit of glare, so we'll go around a bit. This is the Funko Fusion stuff that I was able to pick up day one. I'm going to be... I have two of them on pre-order. I wasn't able to pre-order the Blair Monster, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the Spiderhead, and I probably won't get the Freddy Funkos in these, but that's what I have so far. And this video is just, like I said, going to be a collection video, but if the collecting community is a pretty big community, so if anyone wants to use part of this video or all of this video for, other content purposes, feel free, go ahead. And let's get into this. Let's get going. I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. If you watched our game collection videos, you'll notice that this is the same table that we recorded those at. And we're just going to drop down. That's what we're going to do. And on the first shelf of this little table, you can see we have some Angry Birds. Some of these are official Legos. There's two hogs on hogs. Yeah, the two pigs there. Those are official Lego. These other guys in the front here are not official Lego. The two cops and the rest of them. The set right there with red, that is an official Lego set, but the rest of this stuff is not. And the drawer under this one is just a junk drawer. So we'll drop down again. And down here we have the 3-star Dragon Ball, which is, of course, the most important Dragon Ball. That is the one that Gohan left Goku. Gohan being Goku's adopted grandfather. And then we have a mini King Kai and Bubbles. We have a mini Shenron with the 7 Dragon Balls. A Roshi doing a Kamehame. And then we have two little Roshis. One doing the V for victory or peace sign, whatever you want to call it. And then just a sort of standard Roshi. Then we have my favorite Marvel figure ever, Spider-Hulk. And this is a beefy figure. He is bigger than a pop box, so he's probably like I'd say he's at least a 7-inch, probably closer to an 8-inch figure. I don't really remember for sure, and I haven't had him next to the other figures for a while. He has articulated fingers, so he can do the whole thwip thing. He has a girder down there that he can break in half, and his toes are articulated. He's got pretty good articulation. He's got a little switch on his back for like punching action. Then we got the Loot Crate Rick giving his was that intergalactic universal symbol of peace or whatever. And then we have a Dragon Ball Super Roshi that I posed sort of like he's prepping to do a Kamehame. But there you go. That is this table. So now we will move on to the next area. So the next section we have, which I have to be careful because on the left are family photos, and I don't really want my family photos in. See, there's a little bit of there. That was Cheshire when she was a wee little one, so she won't care about that because she doesn't look the same anymore. But these are my Ren Hoke from Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy are the only pops I do not have in their box, aside from some of the the soda ones. But there's the standard Ren, there is the Space Madness Ren, the 8-bit light up, and then these are mystery Nickelodeon televisions. The shelf's a bit dusty too. I need to dust it, but Ren and Log, Log, big heavy wood. Burn Bat's good. That is from the mystery Nickelodeon television sets. And then that is Cheshire's graduation cap there, just in case someone's curious. And next to that, I have a sword. I have a few swords, but I'm only going to show this one because it's right here next to Ren. And this sword I got at the first time I attended the Highland Games. Not as a competitor, but as a spectator. But anyway, so that is my Ren Hoke shelf. And then on the other side of that, of course, we have a Stimpson J Cat, or Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy. And we have the standard Stimpy up there, once again out of his box. Space Madness Stimpy. We have the Mystery Nickelodeon Television Stimpy. And the 8-bit light up Stimpy, or the pixelated light up Stimpy, however you want to call it. And one of the Stimpy nose goblins, he picked him himself. There's another one. It fell off the shelf and my cat's got a hold of it, so it is somewhere in this room. I just haven't been able to locate it yet. But those nose goblins came with a booty shaking Stimpy that I have packed up because I wasn't able to find Ren. I was convinced there wasn't a Ren, and then I saw a good old Ricky Berwick do an unboxing of the Booty Shaking Stimpy and the Ren, but I still haven't been able to find it or track one down anywhere. So at this point, I'm convinced Ricky has the only one in existence. On top of that, this Stimpy and the Ren that goes with it, along with these light up pixelated things. One of my favorite Canadian content creators, Fluffy Talks, actually has those in the background of most of his videos, or some of his videos, on the aquarium behind where he records his videos. So next time you watch a Fluffy Talks videos, there you go, there's a little Easter egg for you to hunt down. Alright, well, on to the next place. Okay, so now we are at another shelf. And this is just a 3-shelf little thing that I picked up at Value Village secondhand for like 25 bucks. Pretty good deal. It has glass doors. Right there, you can see it has these glass doors. But we have them open so we can actually see what's in there instead of just reflections. Doors, I'm going to close shut now. Alright, so in here, you can see we have 2 of the Buzz Lightyear Lego sets. There's Buzz and his crew. And that is the 3 characters from the Lightyear movie. And I'm a fan of Buzz Lightyear, and I actually enjoyed the Lightyear movie. I like how the Lightyear movie was a movie in the Toy Story universe, and the Buzz Lightyear toy, action figure character, was based off of that movie. So it was a movie about a movie in the Toy Story universe, and I thought that was kind of cool, how it was like, you know, a multiple layered sort of thing there. So there's the robot. There's his XL-15 Star Command ship that, you know, is part of the plot point. Behind that, we have a Lego Movie 2 house ship. You kind of can't see him because of the Buzz stuff, but these are a couple of my favorite sets. And it is missing a piece. The piece fell off. I think my cat's knocked it around. I have a lot of extra Lego, so I definitely have a piece to replace it if I don't find the actual piece. And then behind that is one of my favorite Lego sets. This is Rex's ship, but you can see it's piloted by Raptors. It is a really cool set. It's got a couple of Raptors in there. It opens up. Everything that comes with it has a place to be stored, and I like that, so there's no floating pieces. It's just a really cool spaceship, really cool set, and like I said, one of my favorites. And then we have the Space Minifig Wave. This was the last Minifig Wave, not the most recent one. The recent one is D&D, and we have most of that. It's going to be in this video as well. And there you go. Those are almost all of them. That's one of the other ones right there. The Retro Space Lady, which I think is really cool because I love the retro space design stuff. But there's also a couple more of those up at top. The full set is in this case. And then we have some of my Star Wars. I don't really get the Lego Star Wars anymore. I'm going to be getting the Black Millennium Falcon, which is readily available. I'll tell you something about Lego right now. Don't pay scalpers prices. I got dust floating in front of the camera. Don't buy scalpers prices if a Lego has just come out. Lego usually keeps their stock and supply for a year or 2 or more. It's pretty rare for a Lego set to not exist for more than, like, for less than a year. It's pretty uncommon. Most of them at least get a full year run. There are exceptions to that, of course. And there are, like, limited time offers, gifts with purchase, things like that. Those are a bit rare. But most sets, be patient. Just wait. You'll be able to get it. I heard somewhere that the Black Falcons are, like, outrageously overpriced online. My Toys R Us have them sitting on the shelves. So I could go buy one today if I wanted for retail. So, like, don't waste your money. Just don't waste your money on Lego until you hear that it has been retired. Once it's been retired or supply has run out on a gift with purchase or something, then you may have to do that, but don't do it right away. Anyway, this entire shelf used to be Star Wars Lego. I have all the original, like, yellow minifigs from the first stuff that came out, like the original trilogy stuff. I have the Falcon, X-Wing, Landspeeder, all that stuff to the original yellow minifigs. None of them are on display. I do have 3 Falcons, the original Falcon. In this case, used to have my Han Solo Falcon and the Force Awakens Falcon, but those are elsewhere. They'll still be in this video, but they're not in this case anymore. However, this set right here was in this case when they were in it, and it is still in this case. It is the AT-TE, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I don't remember. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. There's also a second set, the Phantom. That's the Phantom. And these are both Rebel sets. And this is one of my favorite sets. It's got the old clones. It was from an episode of Rebels, or a couple episodes, I think. I don't really remember anymore, but it has the old clones. So these are clones that, with the aging enhancement, are still around. And they're repurposed. And there's Kanan and Chopper. But they repurposed this ATTE, I think is what it's called. I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong. It's been a while. I don't really remember all the Star Wars stuff. I haven't watched it in a while. The only game I've been playing recently that is Star Wars related is Outlaws, and yeah, I'm barely getting anywhere in that game because it keeps crashing in space and there's other issues. This is a Bounty Hunter pack that came with the Freemakers, or it came out with the Freemaker stuff. You got, you know, the guy from Mando, essentially, and a bunch of other dudes and good old Diaperhead. But yeah, so that, and there's Thrawn, I think, an Inquisitor, and then this is a battle pack here. This is Inferno Squadron. If you don't know who Inferno Squadron is, that is the lady that you played as in the story campaign for Star Wars Battlefront 2, the new Star Wars Battlefront 2, not the original. And this is Inferno Squadron. These are the guys that were bad, and then they become good, and you play through the campaign, through their storyline. Anyway, this is my favorite Star Wars set right here. This old clone tank that they have repurposed. See, it's got rusted legs, and they put like lamps on the thing and all sorts of other stuff to make it an actual functioning base. And there is a landing pad up there. That's what the Phantom is on. If I remember correctly, the Phantom does land on that in the episode, but once again, I could be wrong. It's been a while. So if we go up, we have the gift with purchase, the little kid's bedroom where he used cardboard to make his bed a spaceship. He's got his little kitty in the bed, and he turned his teddy into a mech. So I think this set is awesome. This is one of my favorite gift with purchase sets that they have made. And plus, I kind of like the old retro space stuff. And here we have some of the new retro space stuff. None of this is actually, you know, retro. Most of it's Benny. Yeah, a couple Bennies there. The mech Benny from the Lego Movie 2 minifig series, which we have all of, but Benny's the only one I have out. And then just a bunch of... And then this is from another minifig wave that we have the full set to, but it's here because, of course, it's a brown spaceman, which you don't really see brown spaceman, and a little wee baby spaceman. And then this is from the newer space sets, and it comes with a little space lady, baby space lady. This is one of the newer space sets right there. It's the polybag. These are available at my local dollar store for like, I think, $5. So if you're looking for them, check your dollar stores. If you're in Canada, should mention that I am in Canada. Any prices I mention are going to be in Canadian dollars. So there you go. There's one of the newer sets as well, the mech. And then we have the sort of anniversary. It's not sort of the anniversary, it is the anniversary space set right there. So that's what's on that shelf, just a bunch of space stuff. And yeah, so we're going to move up, and moving up from there, you can already see we have a Castle Grayskull. This is the Mega Castle Grayskull, the buildable one. And I thought it was really cool when it first came out. I wanted to get it when it first came out, but it was a bit pricey for me, so I waited. Once it went on sale, I got it. I almost bought Snake Mountain for half price. Didn't really know where I was going to put it. It's twice as big as this, and then after looking at it, I just didn't really like the build that great, so I was like, nah, you know what, I'm good with just Grayskull. This is basically the only He-Man stuff I have. I don't have a lot of He-Man stuff, Masters of the Universe stuff. I had a bunch when I was a kid, and that's why I have this. I'm more into the building sets and stuff now. So when I saw Grayskull was a buildable, and there's the expansion to the buildable set right there on top. And then that is a flocked Panther with Skeletor. It didn't actually come with that Skeletor. It came with the Battle Armor Skeletor, but he's elsewhere. And then there's all these mini Masters of the Universe guys, which I got at the dollar store for $3 each. It was like $3.32 with tax or something. Battle Cat did not come from there, though. He came from GameStop. That is not the He-Man that came with Battle Cat, but he is over here in this area. That was $4.99 at GameStop on sale. That's why I have that. And these, I probably won't keep these. I'm probably going to give these to my grandson so he can beat them up or play with them or whatever. So he has some He-Man to play with when he was a little boy, because that's what I had. But yeah, so you got, I don't remember half these guys' names, guys. I'm going to apologize right now. He did come with his neck pieces to make his neck go up, because that's what he did in the old days. He pulls head up and down. And then inside you can see there's Man-at-Arms and Beast-Man. And I'm pretty sure that's the Snake, Teela, and Merman. And down there I forgot those dude names. It's like Manny Faces, and I forgot the other guy. And then we got this. The cool thing about these is even though they're buildable, the robot here, it does spin. I'll just spin it like this. It has a button to make it spin, but he does spin. And then the front does detach. The missile does launch. The shark, when you roll it, its mouth opens and closes. She'll get better yet. Its mouth opens and closes when it rolls. And then this thing here spins when you roll it. I don't know how well it's going to spin, but anyway, it does spin when it rolls. So there you go. And then I put a mirror behind it so that when you look into the mirror, you can see inside without having to actually lean over. So looking through the mirror, you can see we have the white sorceress with her bird. It came with the standard sorceress, but I had the white one, so I put her in here instead. There you can see Teela from the front. And then as we go down, you can see Skeletor in his battle armor. And He-Man in his battle armor on Battle Cat. This came with the standard He-Man, but since battle armor came with Battle Cat, I do believe. And then you can sort of see Hordak behind Skeletor. And you can see She-Ra right there fighting Hordak. So that's what's in here. Not a whole lot. There's that transparent robot dude. I forgot what his name is, but yeah. So there are more, sort of mini figures and stuff. But I didn't go crazy with it. I just wanted some for nostalgia's sake to go with the Castle Grayskull, so I could kind of have it like there's an actual fight going on. But anyway, that's it for most of my He-Man stuff. We're gonna go up a bit and see the rest of it. Okay, so up here on this shelf, you can see we have a bit more He-Man, more of the minis. This He-Man is the one that actually came with Battle Cat. And then you can see we have the Mega Brickhead version of He-Man and the buildable Battle Cat. I don't know if you can see, yeah, the sorceress is blocking the nameplate, but he's got a nameplate that says Battle Cat, and that's a fully buildable Battle Cat. And then we have this little pewter figure of Michael. That was the first thing my wife gave to me back when we were dating some 28-ish years ago. This is the polybag of the little baby gorilla. You can also find those at the dollar stores in my area, so there you go. Kong, NECA, one of the NECA Kongs. I just kind of posed him there like he's almost looking at his bracelets and wondering what they are. Then behind him we have an Alduin from the collector's edition of Skyrim. Next to that we got a Beastman, a couple mini Skeletors, and then we have the Mega Brickheads of Skeletor. We have the Build-A-Fig from McFarlane, the Ice King or whatever the heck he's supposed to be called. I think he's kind of cool. That's why he's still out. He kind of matches the whole Alduin situation and what's above his head, which is the Frost Drake from Fortnite, the glider. If I pan out, he's flying right about that. And you can sort of see some of the stuff on the shelf with the dragon, and that is the Insomnia Spider-Man statue that came with the collector's edition. And you can see he's standing with Rhino's helmet. You can see a bit of Vulture's wings, Scorpion's tail, the main bad dude's sword. I forgot his name. I haven't seen it. It's like the negative dude or something. And then we got a couple of amiibos there, Joker and the Dragon Quest. I have a bunch of amiibos that are not on display. I may include a picture of them right here. If I did, it will be here. If I don't, then it won't, obviously. We got the McFarlane Fortnite wildcard. I stopped playing Fortnite about a season and a half ago, and I don't intend to play it anymore. It's just for various reasons. If you guys want to see a video on why I stopped playing Fortnite, let me know. I'll be happy to make one, but I have no plans in doing that. But if you want to know, let me know. These are 2 of the 3 new Sega All-Star sort of figures. And we got the Altered Beast Werewolf and the little power-up orb. Those little orbs you pick up, and the guy gets bigger and bigger until he turns into a monster. And each time you grab it, goes power up. And there's a Streets of Rage. I can't remember what that's from. I always want to say it's Final Fight, but it's not Final Fight. I'm pretty sure it's Streets of Rage. I play so many of the side-scrolling brawlers to get them all confused because they're all very similar. But that's Axel from that. There is a Hatsune Miku Nendoroid, and if you haven't caught on by the Sonic in the background, standing on the Sega Genesis, this is my sort of Sega shelf. It is kind of my Sega and Sony shelf right here. So we have the Sonic from the Collector's Edition. That Sega, if you turn the on and off switch, it does say Sega. But anyway, that's Hatsune Miku, which is a Sega character. She's also the most made Nendoroid. I think they've made at least 200 Hatsune Miku Nendoroids. I'm an Nendoroid fan, Sega fan, and I do have a couple of the Hatsune Miku games on PS3. So this one was on sale. I'm like, I should have at least a Hatsune Miku. I love her face. I love how she has the leaks. So I went ahead and got it. So that's the only Hatsune Miku, though, I have in my collection. Cheshire has 3, 4. She has a few in her collection. And then next to that, we have the Sega NECA Goliath from the Goliath and Gargoyles Sega Genesis game. And that's what's on that shelf right there. And we will drop down. And we have the first of my Sonic the Hedgehog shelves. Oh yeah, I also want to mention right here, these two guys are probably going to get packed up because I intend to put the Sonic and Tails, what are they, 6-inch figures from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie figures, because they didn't make a Tails in the smaller scale, and I already have some of the smaller scale Sonic the Hedgehog 3 figures, and I don't know if I'm going to get a Robotnik or not, but we'll see. So anyway, down here though, you can see we have a Sonic Prime Big the Cat, and that's the only Sonic Prime figure. I do not like the Sonic Prime designs. I don't like the character designs, but this is like a mystery fig, so I bought one. I basically shook them and went with the heaviest one, and I got Big the Cat because that's all I wanted. And then there is Vector from the Chaotix. There is Big the Cat, of course. There is a really old Sonic. We're talking like 18 plus years probably old. He stands on a base that is of his face, and then he's going after the ring. Then we got a couple 4-inch Sonics. That's the new mini Sonic to the Sonic 3 figures. We got a KO or Chow, however you want to, however you want to call that guy. And then we have this diorama here, which is cool. I bought 5. I got all 5. I lucked out. One of them was already open when I bought it. I just checked to make sure all the parts were in it, and that was Tails. So I was guaranteed Tails. And I basically bought these two, Knuckles and Shadow. I bought 2, got those 2. Went to my local dollar store, basically a closer one, and that one was open, so I knew I was getting Tails. They only had 2 other ones left. Bought them. It was Amy and Sonic. I was done. I was so happy. I didn't have to waste any money. But I got them for $5 at the dollar store each. They're normally like $14 at Toys R Us, so that's why I went ahead and got them to begin with. And I did not know they were a diorama at first, or I probably would have bought more than just the 2. But anyway, so there's the mini Knuckles to the Sonic 3 stuff, but they didn't make a large Knuckles. So they didn't make a mini Tails, and they didn't make a large Knuckles, and I don't know why they did that. I really have no idea. And there is the Lego Dimensions Lego Sonic with the Chaos Emeralds. There is a evil or bad KO or Chow, and our Build-A-Fig of... This is one of those mystery Build-A-Figs you get, like you buy the box, and then there's a figure, and that one is, of course, Werehog. We got a couple Robotniks. We got Classic Robotnik. We got like a Sonic... Oh, was that Sonic X style Robotnik, or comic book style Robotnik? If you read the Sonic comics, he kind of looks like that in those. And then we got the same Knuckles that goes with that Sonic, where he's standing on a thing of his head. Is it even picking that up? I can't see because the height of the camera, the screen is pretty dark. But yeah, so his is a silver base, Sonic's is a gold base. And then we have in the background the Knuckles mech from the Knuckles and Rouge set, and the classic Sonic Lego set, Sonic times 3, and it's basically the beginning stage or part of the stage of Green Hill Zone. And behind that we have the buildable Robotnik and a piece of Shadow set. That's the capsule Shadow can go in, but I don't really care about it, so it's just shoved in the background. I do want to get some sort of risers for this shelf so I can put some of the stuff in the back a bit higher than the stuff in the front, but I have not done that yet, but that is something I intend to do. And then we go down, we got more Sonic stuff. We got the Loot Crate water bottle, and same thing with this shelf. I want to get some risers. I have done a little bit. You can kind of see I put a little mini, but it's nowhere near as high as it needs to go. So this is the poly bag for the little Robo Monkey, and he came with a little animal too. But I have my little animals spread out throughout this. There's Rouge from the Knuckles set. There's another little animal. Tails that came with this set, and this is Amy's Pet Rescue Lego set. It's got a little water slide and a bunch of stuff for the animals. It did come with that guy, the evil crab robot. And then if we go to the front, you can see we got one of the little checkpoint thingies. We got a Shadow that is standing on a McFarlane base because he does not like to stand. We have the Shadow Lego. We have the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Shadow minifigure. The little small dude. We got a classic Sonic figure. And we got these mystery Sonic and Tails. Those are the only two I plan on getting. I bought one and I got that Sonic. And then I bought a second one at another dollar store. These were also $5 each. And I don't think they're really worth $5 because they're pretty small. They're pretty tiny. But I mean, they're better than like the $12 or $10 that they want at other stores. So, and then we got, is that Ray? He was supposed to be like the original Sonic, I guess. And then they turned him into another character. So I picked him up. I don't really know his name. I'm not really up to the lore on him. He did come with one of the newer like classic games that they released. Like, it's not actually a classic game. It's a new game, but classic style. And then we got Cream. I think she's Cream. Her mom's Vanilla. I get them confused. There's a Sonic Amiibo. There's Amy. There's Blaze. And then this is a Sonic diorama that I got at Walmart. But the interesting thing about it's like, it was out for about a year or two, I guess. And they wanted $100 for this thing, and I was not going to pay $100 for this thing, because this is like something they would include with a collector's edition. I figure this thing's probably worth about $30, $25, $30. But I waited, I was patient, because they weren't selling any of them. Every Walmart in my area, which is like 6 Walmarts, they could not sell them. They always had at least 2 of these sitting there. And I told my wife, I'll just wait. It'll go down. And it did. It went half off. And when it went half off, I went ahead and bought one. So I only spent $50 Canadian for this. It's still a little pricey, but I was okay with 50. I mean, I'm not okay with 100 on that. Then we got the Tails Workshop set. You can see the tornado. You kind of see Tails in there. Not really too well. And then Sonic on top of the tornado, but you can't really see Tails. Then we have Chaos back there. We have the Chaos Emerald in Lego form with Rouge's little glider. And there's a bit of a controversy, I guess, if you want to call it that, because there's a newer set with Knuckles and the Chaos Shrine, but it does not come with this Chaos Emerald. You have to buy the other set, basically this set, to get the Chaos Emerald. So I guess they're leaning into like the storyline that Rouge stole it, so that's why it's not there. But it still should have come with one, in my opinion. I mean, it is the Chaos Shrine. And there is the Chaos Emerald right there with Chaos. There we go. And then we're going to drop down again. And now we are at my Ninja Turtle shelf. And this is all I have for Turtle stuff, mostly. There's a couple other things I have on display. And then in my home, there are a bunch of Turtle stuff because my son was collecting the second animated series stuff. And when he left home, he left it all to his sister. So she has the Turtle Fort, the Turtle Van, most of the figures from that series. And then she got into the CGI Nickelodeon Turtle stuff. So we have a bunch of that stuff as well. But I personally only really have this stuff. When I was a kid, though, this was what I was into, Turtles. And I had almost everything. I literally had almost everything there was. And it's long gone now. Because, you know, one of those things where you leave home and your parents get rid of your stuff. That's what happened to it. But I don't see a point in recollecting my childhood. I don't have a purpose or reason. but I still like turtles. They're really close to me and near and dear to my heart, I guess, because that's what I was into as a kid. So I do have some. I don't plan on getting much more than what's here, but this is not Ninja Turtle stuff. Okay, at the front, this is the new D&D minifig wave, and we have everything except for the Dragonborn Paladin. We have searched through boxes at 2 Toys R Us's and 1 Mind Games. That is 10 boxes in total we have gone through, and we still do not have a single Dragonborn. So, wish us luck, because there's only a couple more Toys R Us's I can go to, and then after that, it's going to be wherever I can find them. But, yeah, so anyway, I don't see a point in recollecting my childhood. I don't have a reason to, but I do want some of these. The plan is, as you can see, we got some of the bad guys from the Mega Bloks Turtles. We got a Ruby Shredder. It doesn't pick it up too much, but he's kind of translucent. And then we got the 4-armed foot soldier, the regular foot soldier, the Krang dude. And that little Krang brain in there, if it will. I don't think it's going to focus that far in. It's actually squishy. It does come out of him, and it's like this squishy, rubbery little brain. And then we have the sketch turtles, and, you know, the little sketch that comes with them. Because the mutagen is supposed to hold the picture. For anybody that doesn't know, that's what those canisters of mutagen are actually intended for, to hold the picture. And then, yeah, the 4 sketch turtles, which I think are really cool. And then I have 4 of the Playmates. I guess comic version, Mirage version, whatever you want to call these. But these are when they first came out. My swords are chewed up. Cats got a hold of them when they were kittens, so they're a little bit chewed up. Turtles are fine. Just Leo's swords got taken advantage of. But these are when they first came out. They've been re-released. I haven't come across any of the re-released ones, so I don't know if these guys are the same. Like, are they the same? Is the color the same? Are the headbands at the same angles? Are, like, I don't know. I have no idea because I haven't been able to see any of the re-release of them, so I don't know. Are the newest ones that are out, are they the same as these guys, or are they different? Because I'm willing to wager, because they're Playmates, they're the same. They're identical. But I don't know. I really don't know. And there's the Playmates Last Ronin. I've also seen this in black and white, but I don't need both versions, so I only have this one. And because I bought this one before I got any of the NECA, I got the one where he's not fully armored in the NECA. And then back there is a can of unopened Mutagen Ooze. And it can come in 3 colors, blue, green, and red. And it also is supposed to have a little plastic turtle in there, I guess, or something. But mine's not open. This is my favorite version of the Turtle Kids. And these are the Turtle Kids from the 3D Nickelodeon series. That's, if you want to know what series of turtles these 4 came from. And once again, Cat's got a hold of Leo swords. Just Leo swords. That's all they went after. They didn't really care about nothing else. No, yeah, they just went after Leo swords. So I don't know why. I don't know why they wanted to chew on those. And then we got the 4 turtles, once again from the Nickelodeon, like, CGI series. But these are the Mega Bloks. So we got Raph with his eyes on fire with the hot sauce. We got Mikey with pizza all over his shell. And we got Leo with a comic book. And we got Donnie Lovestruck with his photo of April. There we go. And there's a little robot dog back there. But my plan is just to fill this back corner. I want one more set of the 4 turtles. Originally, I was going to get the 4 Last Ronin turtles. And then I was like, no, I think I'll get the Stump 4-pack. And now I'm leaning towards the Black and White Monsters 4-pack. I don't know what I'm going to do. Leave a comment down below which ones you think I should go with the most to fill out that corner. But I definitely want 4 NECA to go in that corner. But that is what's going to happen with this shelf. And then I'm going to be done with the main turtle stuff. I may get some of the, like, off characters. I'm definitely still looking for the Super 7 Wingnut, which I may have to order because I can't find one locally. But yeah, they're not too bad a price ordering them. They're just over 100 Canadian, like 107 or something. Last time I looked, and that wasn't that long ago, so I should be able to get one for a decent price. Plus, I do still see them in people's toy hunts just sitting on shelves, so it's probably not going to be that hard to track one down. Anyway, let's drop down again. And this is my God of War slash Sony shelf. And except for II, he is a Sega character, Monkey Ball. But he's in that mug because he's in a ball and will roll all over the place. So that's why he's done here. And then you can see a PlayStation mug. That's a stress controller. A squishy stress controller that's a bit dusty. Then we got one of these light up Sony things. It does work. I just don't have it plugged in right now. We got the Nendoroid God of War standing on a coaster that is PlayStation. Collector's Edition God of War and Loki, or, you know, Atreus. And then we have another God of War Collector's Edition figure. And we have the God of War 3 NECA with his Blades of Chaos and his, you know, Hercules fist or Cerberus fist or whatever the heck. And then we got the Sackboy Collector's Edition. This, you can still find this in stores. It's not hard to track down. I don't normally put my actual collector's editions out, but I want him on this shelf, and I haven't got a case for him yet because he's a stuffed animal. I am not going to display him without a case, or he's just going to get covered in dust. So that is why he is actually in display in the collector's box for now. Then we have the Horizon Lego set, and as we go down, you can see little Aloy. Look, it's Aloy minifig running along the long neck there. But that is it for my Sony shelf. And then this drawer is a junk drawer. It's like excess McFarlane parts and containers and packaging. And then down here we have my Luigi. And we have all of the in-game variants of the Skylanders Giants. So we even got the blue Stump Smash. And then there's the red Ninja. The blue Crusher dude. The legendary robot guy. They need some dust. There's also a few Swap Force and some other stuff. But we have everything to the first Skylanders game. Every in-game variant. That's what my goal was. In-game variants. Anything that was different in-game. So we have all of that for Skylanders. And we have almost all of it for Giants. We're missing the dude that came with the iOS version of the game. Because there was a version of that came with an alternate style for one of the guys. And then we have a few, like, chase variants, I guess you would call them. Some that were like readily available and some that were limited. But we didn't go too crazy with those. We just mainly wanted stuff that had a purpose for the game. And then in this case, I don't know if I can get to it. Let's move Luigi. In this little Skylander case here are all of my light core. These are the guys that light up when you put them on the base, and that's what's in there. All of the light cores are in there. But that is it for the shelf. So we'll be moving on. Okay, so now we're down at this shelf. And you can see I have a Space Ghost coast to coast with his desk. And he's got his little cards there. And he sits on a little stool and everything. So that's Space Ghost. And we got my favorite comic book character of all time, the Max. And you can see these little holes in his head. If it will focus. He has a headdress that goes on his head. It has, I do have it. It's furry and it has feathers on the side, but I don't like showing him, like displaying him with it because he didn't really have it all the time. That's just when he was in Pangea, which was a fictional Australia. So there you go. There's an Iz with bendy arms. And there is the Marvel Legends from the movie, the films. And that is the Black Widow. Sorry, I got distracted by a hair or something blowing in the wind up there. But I got her because the face sculpts on these guys is really good. But I only got Black Widow, and I got her because I wanted to have an epic crossover because I already had one other character. And you see my PlayStation 3 is back behind the Max and Space Ghost back in there. And then on the next shelf, we have my Seinfeld Lego set. I have a bench in the way. And you can see there's Elaine and Jerry and Kramer and George. And I don't know if we can make him out in there. Try and turn it. There we go. Try and zoom in a bit. It's not going to focus. He's too dark in there. Won't focus on. Newman is in the hallway back in there. It's not wanting to focus on anything. Just yeah, you can see him in there. But yeah, Newman's tucked around the corner. And that's the Seinfeld Lego set. Pretty cool set. And we got Scrooge McDuck with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And then it is my belief everyone should have a Medabot. So I have Metabee. More Metabots, more power. because I'm a big Medabot fan. And that was my Xbox Series S behind them. And there's some weird little dude that came with... My daughter bought a bunch of this dollar store for $1 something. They came with, like, I think like 12 of these guys, and that was a double she ended up with. So I just put them there because it's kind of cool. And then we got the little kitty cat funeral procession. There they are. And in the last cubby over here, we have the Baroness. There you go, the Baroness. This is the only G.I. Joe action figure I have. I got her because she somewhat resembles my wife. Somewhat, like the hairstyle, the glasses, some features, but she's not. It's not a dead ringer, but I thought it was kind of funny. And I've always been a fan of the Baroness anyway. I always thought she was a cool character. So I bought this and I put her there like that. And then I was like, oh, you know what would be cool to do with Black Widow? To have her, like the two of them are in some sort of epic, you know, showdown where they're stealthing around corners and trying to take each other out. So there you go. That's my epic Marvel versus G.I. Joe crossover. Baroness versus the Black Widow. And then we got Eric down here. Respect his authority, Eric. And my PS4 is behind them. And on top of the PS4 is the gift with purchase, Galileo Galilei. And the Leaning Tower of Pizzas. I know, it's Pisa, guys. It's Pisa. But, I mean, come on. Leaning Tower of Pizzas. How cool would that be? Pizzas. Yum. Alright, anyway, so there is that gift with purchase set. And there are drawers underneath here with a bunch of junk in them. There's only one drawer, well, two. This drawer here has my most expensive, well, not my most expensive, one of my most expensive collectibles right there, Dust Collectors, the PlayStation VR. The reason I'm showing that is because VR, I bought that, and I can tell you exactly how VR works. You buy the VR, and you put it on, and you try it, and it's so amazing, and it's so cool, and then you put it on a shelf, and you never touch it again. Or rarely touch it again, and then your friends come over, you go, oh, you got the VR, oh yeah, you got to try it, and they're blown away by it, and then they never want to use it again. It's just a really niche thing, and I don't think it's worth the price. The price point is the problem, and I won't be buying one for the PS5. I'll buy one for the PS4, and unless, even that one I got half off. It was a Black Friday sale, and I got half off. In this drawer here, I have a couple things I have to pull out of the way, and then there we go. Here's more Skylanders. This is most of our superchargers, the cars and characters. I think that's all that is in here, actually. There may be some from like I think that blue dude is from like Trap Force or something. I don't know. We didn't really get into anything after Giants except for the superchargers. And this little castle here, I'm gonna try and turn it. Shook up everything inside though. It does open, pop open, and we knocked everything all over. I think. Try and get in here without disrupting too much stuff. Gotta get some stuff out of the way. And inside here, can't really see. This is where all our legendaries and the little baby Skylanders are. So that's what's in there. Legendaries and babies. And then all of my standard Skylanders that are from Skylanders and Skylanders Giants, those are all in like actual cases, Skylander cases that we got at the time of Skylanders coming out. That's pretty much it for this shelf. And then we have to go up, and as we go up, you can see Kenny Cartman, Harry Cartman, and I love this figure because his eyebrows are posable, so you can make him just normal Cartman or angry Cartman. And then I like to have him look like, you know, one of the kids said something that kind of shocked him, so he's all like, there you go. And there's Stan, and there's Kyle, and I think I've got, what is this? Oh, I think it's a sticker. Yeah, it's a sticker. Someone stuck something to my entertainment center. So going over, we have the NECA Elkhart, I think is his name. I could be wrong. I get his name wrong all the time. He's from the D&D stuff. I'm a big fan of dwarves, so there you go. That's why I have him. And then you can see the Beast, which is the PS5, and it is too freaking big. I couldn't fit it where I wanted to, so I had to, sort of just shove it in there in the corner. And then, yeah, Donkey Kong Country. If anybody remembers Donkey Kong Country, the TV show, that is what is playing on my telly. And then, if you go up to here, you can see I have a Sonic the Hedgehog picture. We have a Pac-Man. You might have just seen that. It does, I'll see if I can get it to work. Yeah, see, there you go. Ghoster Blue, pellets chomped. Ghoster Normal, no pellet chomped. There you go. So, go back a couple times just so you can see it in action. There you go. The Koopalings, and then there's a Pac-Man picture right there. And I got these, and yes, these pipes are different. I did that on purpose. Thought it looked cool. I also thought about painting them green just so kind of a Mario sort of look. And this is next to my Sonic stuff. So we're going to go up above again. I also didn't mention, I mentioned I'm going to replace these guys with a couple Sonic characters. Sonic figures, probably. This over here, I'm also going to change. Alduin and the Kong stuff is coming off of here so that my Funko Fusion He-Man Master of the Universe pops can go up here on the shelf and keep my He-Man stuff together. But anyway, let's go back up. So this is the collector's edition, one of the collector's editions of Destroy All Humans. This is the, like, what would have been the cheaper one, but I think this one is cooler. I love how he's, like, blasting off of his rockets. His spaceship is crashing into the dirt. And he's got this cow being lifted with telekinesis. But it is glow in the dark. That little aqua colored area there glows in the dark. If I have... Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Alright. I should have already had this. I got a little black light. So if you shine the black light on there, and this is, people don't know, you shine a black light on anything glow in the dark, it will glow even in the daytime. So you don't have to turn the lights off to see it glow, so you can see it glowing. So it glows in the dark too. So the other collector's edition for this was like just a giant Crypto, and I really prefer this one more because it's cooler. I think it's cooler than just a statue of Crypto. Then we got the amiibo of Richter Belmont, the amiibo of Simon Belmont. I'm a huge Castlevania fan. My favorite #1 game of all time is Symphony of the Night. I have played the Jabiba side of that game. And then we have the NECA animated, I guess, Wingnut and Screwloose. Interesting story here. I do have the reissue Playmates of him. He's not on the shelf though, because I don't have him here. What happened was I can't find him in my area anywhere, nowhere, doesn't exist. But every time I see a collection video for someone, or a toy hunt rather for someone, I see him just peg warming at a Walmart, like every Walmart in every video. So I called my parents who live in the States and I told them, hey, next time you get to Walmart, check on this for me. So about a week later, they go into Walmart and guess what they find? So I do have one, they haven't shipped it up to me yet, but there you go. And that's why I went to Super 7, because I am a, big Batman fan, which you'll see here in a little bit. And Wingnut looks like classic Batman, so I want my mutant Batman. There's Banjo-Kazooie amiibo. And there's the Gotham Knights. I don't have Nightwing. By the time I decided I was going to get all of them and not just a couple of them, I couldn't find Nightwing anymore. But I really like this Red Hood. One of my favorite versions of Red Hood. I love the design of him. And then the Batwoman is kind of like, or Batgirl rather, is sort of a retro and modern at the same time. So I really like her design as well. Robin's okay, I guess. And I don't really like Nightwing, which is another reason I didn't rush out to get him. But since I have the 3, I would pick up Nightwing if I come across him, but I'm not so eager to get him that I'm going to like buy him at a markup or go hunting down. And there's the Build-A-Fig from the latest McFarlane movie figures. Then we have the Pac-Man amiibo. We have a mystery arcade box that came with Miss Pac-Man. We have the Figuarts Pac-Man right there. And the mystery arcade Pac-Man. And then next to them, gotta watch where I'm stepping, trip on off cord here. We have a couple hyenas. An animated Joker. Then we have an animated Batman, and behind them you can probably see the animated Batmobile, McFarlane's animated Batmobile, which lights up and all that jazzy stuff. And then we have old Bruce Wayne with Ace the dog. And I do have some McFarlane stuff pre-ordered. I also actually have over 200 McFarlane figures, but I pulled back on the throttle for them. I now only collect some of the Batman stuff. I don't collect anything else. So only if it's a Batman, an actual version of Batman I want, or a villain or something that I don't have that I think is cool. But aside from that, I don't really collect McFarlane like I used to. With that being said, I do have the Batman Forever Batmobile pre-ordered, and I have the animated 3-pack of the Batman Returns, Dark Knight Returns or whatever. I have that animated 3-pack pre-ordered, and like I said, I have the, and I also have the Dark Knight Returns, like, collector's edition, where it comes with a lamppost. I have that also pre-ordered, but that's it. That's all I've got pre-ordered for. Oh no, there's one more. I have the animated Christmas with the Joker, because I watch that episode every Christmas, and that is actually going to go with my Christmas decorations. It's not going to go on the shelf here. But that's what I got going on with my McFarlane stuff. And then we have the Samus Aran Metroid amiibos. This is all of them except one. The other one is up here, though, so we'll get to that in a second. And now we have the Platinum version of Captain Carrot, which I like better than the normal. Because, and I got him by chance. I ordered Captain Carrot through Amazon and they sent me the Platinum. But I like the Platinum better because he looks like the Nesquik bunny on steroids. So there you go, kids. Drink your Nesquik and you too can be a giant freakish muscle bomb bunny. There you go. And then we got Casey Jones right here. That's the only reason I bought this figure, Sportsmaster. And he's not hard to find. Like every GameStop in my area has one or two of this guy. And I just think he looks like either a bad Jason Voorhees knockoff or Casey Jones. And since he's called Sportsmaster, come on, man. He's DC's version of Casey Jones. There's no denying it. But the interesting fact here, if you have the, the gold label Dark Detective, the Batman, because the standard Dark Detective had a trench coat, the gold label did not. This is Dark Detective's body. It is his forearms, it is his chest, it is his legs and feet. He's just a reuse of the Dark Detective's body. Beyond that, we have an Aquaman on the Seahorse. I got the Seahorse on sale, or I probably would not have gotten it. But the Seahorse is an awesome, awesome display piece. I really like that Seahorse. He's on a base with a ball joint. Oh, excuse me, ball joint underneath him. So his head's on a ball joint. His little flippers can be posed. It's just a really cool piece. And then we got a couple things here. We got a Munchlax. We got a mystery mini sort of aquarium with Pokemon fishies in it. We got a buildable Snorlax, my favorite Pokemon. We got a translucent Snorlax. His translucentness doesn't really get picked up too well. And then we have this Lego set, which is a gaming truck. It opens up and there's a couple competitors and there's a screen with people fighting each other on the screen and health bars that can be adjusted and all that. So it's pretty cool. And then we have the Biomutant Collector's Edition. And just like Destroy All Humans, there were two versions of this. There's one that was a larger, more expensive version, which was a diorama, where he's really small fighting this great big monster. And then there's this one, but I wanted this one instead because it's like more of the character. But it's very Monster Hunter-esque. You can't see the sword because it's going behind Bowser's box. But it's he's got this gigantic sword lifted above his head, and I think that's cool. And we got this little Kirby mystery thing where he's sucking up the Waddle Dee. And then we have a Waddle Dee, a King Dedede. We got Waddle Dees on the tree there, getting apples. The little dangler guys, they hang off of there. And then we have the Kirby and Meta Knight. Those are the Kirby amiibos. And then we have Sword Kirby over here on the dangler. And we got the Donkey Kong. This you can still find right now, except the box is different. This is a just sort of standard yellow box, but the new boxes are like a jungle motif all over them. And I don't think Bowser's boxes are any different. I don't know. But Bowser's also been out, but they're trying to sell more of like the movie Bowser as opposed to these guys. And then that is the last Metroid amiibo. Its head is squishy, just like that Metroid right there. It is also squishy. It's got a big squishy head, and the little teeth or fangs or whatever are posable. But yeah. And then this is the polybag for Animal Crossing. It's the only Animal Crossing Lego set I have right now, but I do intend to get more, possibly. Room is an issue, and I have other stuff I still need to pick up. So we will see if I get any more of those or not. I would like to at least get the one with a KK in it, but we'll see. And going down, we have my Nintendo Nendoroids. We also have the Smash Brothers Kirby amiibos. So we have King Dedede, Kirby, and Meta Knight. And then over here we have the... Oh yeah, we also have a Happy Meal toy Yoshi. He used to make noise, but those days are long over. There you go. Kirby, Nendoroid. His hat comes off and stuff, or his helmet. And these are really cool because they're just all magnets. His head is just normal and flat. And the fire he's blowing is just on a separate base. He came with different faces. He came with, you know, standard Nendoroid sort of stuff. But the cool thing about him is he's like seamless. See, there's his arm. His arm is gone. And because it works on magnets, so you can really put his arm anywhere you want. Position it how you want. And then you can't even tell that it is attached. And Meta Knight works the same way. His feet and his arms are attached through magnets. So it's really cool. His wings I don't believe are on magnets, though I'm pretty sure they're not attached that way. And then we have the little bad guys over here. The Bullet Bill, the Boo, the, what is that, a Shelder, I think? I think it's a Shelder. And then you have the Spinies, which are the spikes, but I think that's a Shelder. Goomba, and then he's kicking up dust. He's running. He's running to the warp pipe. He's like, hey bro, help me out. The baddies are after me. And then there's the little coins and everything up there. So, that's pretty cool. Breath of the Wild Link back there. And Marth with a slashing his sword. Because, you know, he can do it. Because he can do it. And that's what's on that shelf. And then as we go down, you can see there are a bunch of just Mario and whatever. Donkey Kong, and that is a dangler. A little mole dude. My kids used to play with these, so they're a little bit beat up. Mario, Luigi, Daisy, Peach, Yoshi. The back there is a Bullet Bill candy. Excuse me. Candy dispenser. It's got candy in it. It's a newer one. You could probably still find this at like stores and places. And this is a Club Nintendo. It's really reflecty. Club Nintendo pin set. I have a bunch of Club Nintendo stuff. It is not all out on display. You can see the movie Mario and Luigi, a jumping Mario, a Waluigi. This is a newer Waluigi. They're still out at stores like Walmart and stuff. A B Mario, an A B Mushroom, and the Lego Nest controller. And we have a two Mario candy dispensers. That is a Mario Kart one, and you can see that's unopened. It's still sealed, and this one is also sealed. And then there's a little Bowser Jr., a mystery, Build-A-Fig with the Mario Galaxy dudes. A Club Nintendo Platinum deck of playing cards. A Club Nintendo, is it Hanafuna? I think Hanafuna. I could be saying it wrong. Deck of cards, because that's how Nintendo got their start, making those little things. And then the Amiibo Rob. I do not have the Famicom Rob Amiibo, because I just didn't see a point in getting it. Didn't really care that much. Then we got the, was it Kamek? We got a buildable Bowser, who looks almost identical to the Super Mario Brothers Amiibo. We got this little mini Nintendo. I need to put batteries in it. I think Mario's in it, but I have not had it running in so many years I don't remember. We got Dry Bones that doesn't like to stand. He falls over all the time. And then you can see the Nintendo. Then we have the only movie Bowser figure that I'm aware that they made. I don't know why this is the only movie version of, I said Bowser, Donkey Kong, that they made. I wish they would have made a larger one, but they did not, so oh well. That used to have candy in it, but is a functioning yo-yo. And then you can see that Toad from the Mario movie is going to squish Donkey Kong. And of course, if you move Donkey Kong back a little bit, the nest does open up. It's a little stiff, used to handle. And we do have the Mario Kart in there. My spring don't work. Doesn't want to stay down. That just started happening, so I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, so there's that. And then we have a Donkey Kong fig here. We got a Donkey Kong fidget spinner. This is the newer Donkey Kong figure and Diddy Kong figures. These are the ones that are currently out and about, and you can find at a few places. Targets, Walmart, stuff like that. I don't have Targets, but I've seen them in videos. There's a Lego Mario, who can sit at the top of the TV that goes to the Nintendo, Lego Nintendo. And there you go. That is everything on that shelf. Pretty much. Pretty mooch. And then if we go down, we have the Smash Brothers Mario Amiibos. And we have Dr. Mario, Yoshi, Mario, Peach, Luigi, Daisy, Rosalina, Kid Bowser, Bowser Jr., whatever. Bowser, Petey Piranha, Diddy, King K. Rool, Donkey, and Wario in his WarioWare outfit. A little bit of Donkey Kong shadow being cast on him. And then we got to drop down again. And in the back, you can see the Super Mario Brothers amiibos. I need to raise the shelf. I have a temporary raiser back there, so I know like how much room I can get. And you can see they're slightly higher than the other ones, but I need to bring them up even higher. So that is going to happen in the future, but not right now. So we got Cat Mario, we got Waluigi, we got Donkey Kong, we got an empty space because I still need to hunt down a Wario, which is one I plan to get. I haven't really been collecting amiibos here recently. I'm picking up the odd one here or there that I really want, but I haven't gotten the recent Splatoon ones, and I haven't gotten the last two packs, I guess they were, of like, I think they're Fire Emblem characters, I'm not sure. And then I didn't get the last two, well no, not the last two. I didn't get Sephiroth or Kazuya for the Smash Brothers, but those are the only Smash Brothers ones I'm missing. Anyway, there's Diddy. I think I already said Donkey. Koopa Troopa, the Goomba, Rosalina, the glow-in-the-dark Boo, with the black light on the Boo, and you can see that he is glow-in-the-dark. The Toad, Daisy, Peach, Luigi, Mario, Cat Peach, and Yoshi in the background there. And then we have some Lego and K'NEX Mario figures. And this is the best one. This is, you know, Luigi's Mansion, Luigi, with the Poltergust. And we got the Boo and the Toad and the Koopa Troopa and the Shy Guy. And Peach and Daisy and Bowser and Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. And some of these actually came with like carts or bikes, but they take up a lot of space. They're pretty much all the same. If you have one, the other ones just have different stickers and colors. But the carts are pullback. I don't remember if the bikes are, but I have a bunch of them, but I just don't like displaying them. And we drop down again. And here we have the Animal Crossing amiibos, all of them but one, but I'll address that here in a second. I don't remember all their names. I really don't. I think it's Blathers, Celeste, KK, Timmy and Tommy, Cap'n, Tom Nook, Isabelle. Don't remember that dude in the back or the other one on the back. That's a Smash Brothers Isabelle and the Smash Brothers Villager. The interesting thing about the two Isabelles, though, is the one Animal Crossing I am missing is Isabelle and her summer outfit. That is Isabelle's summer outfit. So I don't know if this amiibo reads as a summer Isabelle or a standard Isabelle. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, that's why I didn't get the summer Isabelle, because I don't really need her if I have the Smash one. For display purposes, anyway. Rossetti, Rover, one of the Able sisters. I think is that Sneaks? And I don't remember the llamas or alpaca people's names, the guy and the lady there. But those are the Animal Crossing amiibos. I'm a big fan of Animal Crossing. Love Animal Crossing. We drop down again. We'll go from the back to the front. This is my most like convoluted shelf over here. That's a Donkey Kong Country Returns pencil case. It was the pre-order bonus for Donkey Kong Country Returns. In the background there, it is the Mario hat. It's a pencil case, but it's the Mario hat from Club Nintendo. And then this is the Super Mario Sunshine pre-order bonus. It is a squirt gun. So there you go, squirt gun. And then back there we have, I don't know how well we're going to pick this stuff up, but back there we have a red Pikmin. Yeah, you can actually see him today. He's not crowded by stuff. And then I have to move this Pokeball. We'll get that out of the way for now. We got Captain Olimar. And then in the corner there we have an 8-bit Donkey Kong. We got a stuffed Donkey Kong that used to make noise. I don't think mine does anymore. We got one of the newest Samus Aran figures that is out and about right now. We got the Amiibo / Skylander Donkey Kong. We have his car down there. The barrel he's standing on actually is a DS holder. You can put DS cartridges into the top of it and stylus and some other stuff. There's the original Diddy Kong figure, or one of the original Diddy Kong figures. He was from Diddy Kong Racing. I still have his airplane. You roll it and the propeller spins, but one of the back tail. It's the one at the top, came out, needs super glued, but it's really big and bulky, so I don't like putting it on the shelf anyway. There's a Donkey Kong Dangler. This was actually slightly smaller than the other figure up there that's almost identical to. There's the original Donkey Kong cart figure with his cart, and these are pullbacks, and they do still work. And what happens is you pull them back, they roll for so long, and they launch the item in front and drop the item from behind. And then we have the Olimar amiibo. We have another candy dispenser, Mario Kart. We have the Pikmin amiibo. We have the original Mario Kart, and it's a little beat up because my kids used to play with Mario and Luigi. So there's the original Mario Kart Mario, and once again, pull back. They do still work. They do still pull back. And there's Luigi. So you can see what they look like. And I don't know if I can get them to work on. Yeah, you can hear the wheels. So somebody already pushed him back. His wheels went forward. So, and then we got the Amiibo / Skylander Bowser, the Amiibo / Skylander Dark Bowser, and we have the Starlink Star Fox airplane. Fox is in there, and that is the actual controller base for the game. So there you go. And then this is a little mini GameCube that you can barely see. It had candy in it, and if you press the button on the top, the little gray button, I used to play the GameCube startup. It doesn't play it anymore, which I'm really disappointed by, but I may see if I can replace the batteries, but I don't think I can without breaking it. And if I have to break it to replace the batteries, it's just going to remain. And then I have this Pokeball. It got beat up when we moved, but anyway, it still works. It still opens. The card is still in there. It's still completely sealed. It's supposed to be gold-plated Poliwhirl, and then there's my certificate of authenticity. There you go. But my wife is curious one day and looked it up on eBay. Like, how much is that? What's that thing worth? And I said to her, I don't think it's worth anything. You used to get them at Burger King back in the day. They had different versions of them. And are you ready for the big reveal? How much that's worth? I know I'm a millionaire, dude. I'm a millionaire. That thing is worth so much. It's worth 10 bucks Canadian on eBay. I know. Not even enough to buy a combo at most restaurants nowadays. Okay, so there you go. That's how much fortune is in that thing. $10. So if you want one, hop on eBay. 10 bucks. You can get yourself one. They vary in condition though. That's the only one thing about it. Mine is almost in mint condition. It's got a couple of like little spots on the card that look like they have very, very minor corrosion and a couple small like pinhole spots. But aside from that, it's pretty good shape. And then this drawer is just documents and folders and stuff. I don't want to. Yeah, you can just see like there's some coloring stuff in there too. But down here though is headsets, which we're going to pull out of here. And there are portables. And then this box I had out temporarily because I didn't know if I still had these. So we're going to peek in the box because we're going to get to the regular ones of these. These are Phantasy Star Online Gashapons. But I have the normal ones out on display and have had for years. But these are the translucent variants. And I have them all in here. They're still sealed. But I'm probably going to keep them sealed. I'm not going to put them out. But we will get to the other ones later because they're in my collection that we're going to be looking at. But I don't know if I'm going to keep them out after this video. There's a bunch of portals. These are all my Starlink ships. I have all the physical ships, even the GameStop exclusive and the Target exclusive. They're all in here. This stuff went on sale quite a bit at Toys R Us where you could get really good deals on them and stuff. So it's not, it's not a big deal. It didn't cost much to get them all because I didn't even start buying them until they went on sale. The only one I paid more than what it was worth was a Target exclusive. But at that time, I had every other ship anyway. And like I said, I got them all dirt cheap for the most part. You could even get the Starlink Switch version, the R-Wing, at the dollar store for a while for like $5. So this stuff was really, really cheap for a while. And then in here is, if I can get it open. Come on, open up. These are all of the pilots and weapons. And I think I have everything to this physically except for 2 weapon packs, 1 or 2 weapon packs. So that's just my Starlink stuff in there and some of my Skylander portals. This isn't all of my Skylander portals, but some of them. But anyway, that is it for this shelf. We'll be going back up to the top now. Okay, so back at the top, and you may have seen some of this. I was showing off the Nintendo stuff. You can see we have some McFarlane's. We have the Uma Ivy. We have Alex from Minecraft. We have the Carrie Riddler. Excuse me. We have the Frostbite Batman. And I only bought him for one reason. And then next to him we have the Jones Two-Face. And then we have Steve. And then we have the Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze, and you can see he's freezing him. He's telling Batman to chill out. There you go. Telling him to chill. So that's why I bought that Frostbite Batman. That was the only reason, so I could pose him like that with my Mr. Freeze. That is it. That's why I have him. I think he's really cool for that. But I don't have any of the other Frostbite ones. I don't have a reason to have them. I just thought that was cool to pose that like that, to display it like that. Anyway, so that's it for this area. And I'll kind of do a bit of a pan out so you can see. I can't go back too far. Got furniture behind me. But there you kind of go. So that's my gaming setup as well. So, and that is just that section. And now let's move over a little bit and go down. And you can see this is a Minecraft Lego world that we are currently working on. You can see. And then we have this. This is the section we're currently actually working on. This is going to be a very slow process, though. It's going to take us a long time. Probably we figure about a year and a half total. Because we're also kind of budgeting the build. So there's about 6 more sets. We want to get 6, 7 more sets that we want to get to incorporate. And the front is kind of laid out, but that's about it. And this right here, this section we're working on, is actually going to go back there where you see the golem. It is the back corner. And the golem is going to go on top of this. So you can kind of see the height we're building at. We're going to go much higher than that, but the llama will not be on the ground. It'll be up in the air some, and we're going to build a full backdrop and everything. And we got some neat stuff like our dolphin leaping out of the water and our bee house, which is floating in the air and stuff like that. So we're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff with it. And down there you can see the golem from Dungeons breaking through the wall. So we got a lot of stuff we're gonna incorporate and a lot of stuff we want to do with it. If you guys want us to post update videos of this as we progress, let us know in the comments down below, and we will be happy to post update videos as we continue to build it and make it bigger and larger and whatever. But that's it for this area, so let's move on. And now this area, I gotta kind of be careful because I have photos right next to it, so gotta be careful. But there's my Darkwing Duck Funko figure. I like this better than the classic. I had the classic as a kid, and he had this pole that made his hat pop up. It was a reaction thing. Me and my cousin hated it, so we both chopped our pole off, shaved it down, and we would stick his hat on with poster putty so that we did not have to have his hat sticking up above his head. Plus, we could then fit him in a lot of vehicles because his hat was removable. That's what we did with ours anyway. There's the stuffed Darkwing. And then we're going to have to go under the photo. And then over here we have the Launchpad McQuack. And that's all that's over here in this section. And then up above here we have the Detective Pikachu Jumbo Amiibo. So there, I just have him hanging right here out of the sunlight, just up in his own little hidden area. And then along this wall we have my Monster Hunter imports. The Quorapeko. I saw a video asking if anybody wanted Quorapeko back in Wilds. And I say we definitely need Quorapeko back in Wilds. Quorapeko was a unique monster because he could honk and summon other monsters. And it made battles a lot more interesting because, you know, you didn't know what monster was going to show up. And it put a bit more intensity in battles. So if you're sitting there and you're fighting a Joe or you're fighting a Rathalos and a Quorapeko shows up, you could have 3 big monsters wanting to kick your booty. And it made the battles way more interesting when all of a sudden here comes a Devil Joe while you're trying to kill something else. So I definitely think we need Quorapeko back in the game. It made it more interesting. It made it more fun. Rathalos with the rider. This is from Monster Hunter Stories. But, yeah, but I only have the male MC. I do not have the female MC. So there were 2 of the Rathaloses. One with the male character, one with the female. But the Rathaloses are different. They're in different poses. The other thing I should mention is the riders on these can be changed. So you can put the Quorapeko rider on the Rathalos and vice versa and whatnot. and a bit further over, but this one's hard to see because it's like right near the light, but we're gonna try and get it. And that is the Raytheon, whatever you want to call it. And then we have the Barioth, which is one of my favorite monsters from Monster Hunter. So we're only missing 2 of these import ones. We're missing the, like I said, the female MC on the Rathalos. And we are missing the Feline. But the Feline is one of the most, or it used to be one of the most expensive amiibos to purchase. I don't know if that has changed. But I also don't really like the look of the character anyway, so I don't really care if I get it or not, to be completely honest. So, and that's nice. Okay, so on this shelf, you can see we have the Batman and Superman from Batman Returns in his armor fighting the worst looking Superman. This Superman is like so hideous, dude. Come on, focus. Focus on Superman's horrible face. Yeah, that is the worst looking Superman I have ever seen. He is so bad. Unfortunately, we have 2 of those because I bought the 2-pack because I wanted the armored Batman, and I got this for the price of 1 figure. It was on sale. So I was like, why am I going to buy just armored Batman when I could buy this 2-pack for the same price as just armored Batman? So that's why I have him. But then my daughter wanted the horse to the Batman Returns, I guess. Batman, yeah. Yeah, right? Batman Returns. Yeah, Batman Returns, or the Dark Knight Returns, rather, is what I actually think it's called. So I had the Robin to the set, and then she wanted and I have the art print of him, or the grayscale, or whatever you want to call it. She wanted the full horse, so we had to buy another Superman. There's the Build-A-Fig Beast Boy. These shelves are a little bit dark. I may have to get a light for some of them. But, because I need to get lights for these shelves specifically. I probably won't the other shelves. Then we have the Batman, or the Bat-Zaro and Bizarro 2-pack. I really like the look of this Bizarro. I think he's really cool. So that's one of the reasons I got that. Plus, you know, I get Batman stuff. So Bat-Zaro needed to be in my collection. Next to that on the ground there, we have the bongos from Donkey Kong. They do still work. And that's the Bat Raptor. This was the GameStop exclusive one. It came with another version of the Hush Batman with red eyes, and he's like a dark blue and a really dark gray. And I don't have him out because I don't need a dozen versions of Hush Batman on my shelves. And then if we go up, we have the Subway Kids Meal, Justice League Animated Series, Translucent Superman there. And then we have a Damian Wayne Robin and a Batcycle. And then we have one of the female Robins. There were multiple female Robins, but I don't ever remember their names. I can't keep their names straight. So then we have King Robin from the Death Metal stuff, and we have a translucent Batman from the Justice League Animated Series Kids Meal from Subway. Back in the day, they're pretty old. They got to be at least 20 years old, minimum 20 years old, because I got these when we lived in a place before my daughter was born, and my daughter, Cheshire, who I do this channel with, is now almost 20, so there you go. And then if we go up, that also I have a green screen that's sort of tucked in there because we have hooks that run along the ceiling for it. We haven't used it for anything on the channel yet. We may later, but then we got Gladiator Batman. We got Azrael in his Crusader. We have the gold and black Hellbat, which pretty cool. Then we have one of my favorite McFarlane figures, this Death Metal Wonder Woman. I think she's a horrible Wonder Woman figure, but she is one of my favorite McFarlane figures because she emphasizes everything that you would expect from heavy metal. I mean, she's got the big, you know, Kiss-esque demon-style boots, the cape, the hair, the makeup. She screams rock. All right, she just screams rock. And then we have the Spectre, which I always want to refer to as Dr. Fate, even though it's not Dr. Fate. But I always, for some reason, want to call him Dr. Fate. But it's a Spectre. There is the Joker Dragon, but the Joker Dragon just came out, or it's available for pre-order. I don't know which. Don't remember. In glow in the dark. So if you don't have this and you like this, I suggest picking up the glow-in-the-dark one, because I would pick up the glow-in-the-dark one, but I don't have a reason to have two of them, so it's kind of, I feel like it's a waste of money for me to buy a different version. And then we have the Night Batman right there. Night Batman with his sword and such what. And then we go up, we got more Batman junk. We have a translucent blue with metallic Batman. We have a Bombshell Flash, a Bombshell Ivy, a Bombshell Hulk Girl, a Bombshell, I can't ever remember her name, the Queen of the Sea, Mara, I think it is. This shelf needs dusted. It's not that bad, but it's like due for a dusting. We have Batwoman from the Clayface 3-pack, and we have King Shazam, who is leaning over. I'm going to have to adjust him later. But he's also another really cool McFarlane figure that I like, because I love his face. And he's got these long nails and stuff. He's just a really creepy looking figure, so I really like him. Then we have Raven, which is, I think, the only Beast Boy Build-A-Fig that I actually have out still. The rest are packed up. We have John Constantine, awesome character, awesome figure. And me and Cheshire both have this figure, and we both made smokes for Constantine. I mean, okay, I get it. McFarlane doesn't give him guns, but why didn't Constantine come with a smoke? Because that's like his trademark thing. He actually summoned Trigun once just to light his smoke, so come on. And there's the Fighting the Frost or Fighting the Frozen Batgirl. Don't remember which. This is another one of my favorite figures right here by McFarlane. This is the same one that goes with the Batgirl, so it's the Fighting the Frozen or whatever. Mr. Freeze. It's Mr. Freeze, bros. But you need this figure, man. If you collect figures, you need this figure. Here's why you need this figure. First of all, diving suits are just cool. Diving suits are badass, and that is what he's essentially in. But if you collect Batmans, look at this. Purple gloves, dude. Throwback to OG Batman right there. Purple gloves. That's the only thing on him purple. He's got the purple gloves. And tell me this guy does not scream Scooby-Doo villain, okay? This guy looks like an old school Scooby-Doo villain. He looks like the gang are going to roll up with the Mystery Machine, hop out, pop that helmet off, and say it's Old Man Jenkins. Like, this is a Scooby-Doo villain in DC McFarlane, in Multiverse. Actually, these are page punchers, but regardless, still Multiverse. Same types of figures. There's no real difference, okay? Aside from the package, and these guys come with comics. That's like it. That's the only real difference. But of course, McFarlane has to make things complicated. Make 8 million different versions and styles, and I don't know. Anyway, so let's go up. Okay, and on this shelf we have a Batman Forever Batmobile. This is one of those pull-back Batmobiles. And then we got the Batrocidus in the back. It's kind of dark in there. Like I said, I do need to get lights for these shelves over here. We have the Dark Father. It's basically a Batman Darkseid. And the Injustice Brainiac. The 3-pack of Batman. I really just like the color they did, where they put the gold for Dr. Fate and the white for, I guess, Supergirl, which doesn't make sense. Why is it white? Why isn't it like blue or red? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But you got Injustice, Dr. Fate, and the Supergirl. And originally I was only going to get the Supergirl in these. And then when I finally came across her, her hair is horrible. I really dislike the way they did her hair. Zoomed in too much. Come on, focus. So I decided to pass on her because I'm like, nah, not that great. And I've never liked this design for Batman. He looks kind of clunky. I don't know, his shoulder pads, and I never really liked this design for him. But the Dr. Fate looks really good. But there was one of those Amazon deals. I don't think it was Prime Days. I think it was just in general it went on sale. So I got essentially the 3-pack for just over the price of one figure. So I went ahead and got it, and that's how I got all three. So otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gotten any of them, to be completely honest. We got the Green Arrow Injustice figure. We have the Hush Batman right there with his ring. Because in front of that we have the Lantern Batman. And I do have the Platinum of the Lantern still in its box. I have a couple Platinums. Obviously, because some are in this video already, like the Captain Carrot, but there is the classic Batmobile. It is also a pullback. Probably get it to work a little bit. I just want to pull them back, and they drive forward. So there you go. And this is the 100 Warner Brothers clash between Looney Tunes and DC. This is the Aquaman Taz, and he does come out of the water. The water is like a base for him to stand on. So he comes out of the water. He's not going to go back on it though, I don't think. There he goes. So yeah, he comes out of the water. I did have these just hanging on the wall in their case, but they fell, and the case cracked, and a little piece of it fell out, and it kind of made me upset because I actually liked the way they looked in their case, and the case, the package they come in, it's actually very sturdy plastic. It's not flimsy, so I was upset. There's a Shazam Daffy, the Batman Wile E. Coyote, and the Super Bugs, and the Flash Tweety Bird. And then we have the Batman Who Laughs, the Infected Batman, kind of in the dark there, like I said. Definitely need lights for these shelves. But there is a black and gold version of this one out right now. It's one of those 1 in 5,000 or 1 in 10,000. But I didn't get that because I actually like this toxic looking. Then we got Thomas Drake. His ears are touching the ceiling, which isn't great, but whatever. Then we have the guy that I'm going to slaughter his name. It's a Zen on Ra Batman or something. But basically he's Batman from another planet. Then he was like Batman's subconscious, and there's a really deep, confusing story narrative with him. Then we have the Platinum of the Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, Dark Knight Returns. It's not focusing. I don't have the standard, I only have the Platinum, but I did pre-order. I think I already mentioned I pre-ordered the re-release of this figure. It's going to be a collector's edition. Comes with a lamp post, 2 heads, and I will have a Platinum version in it as well. I kind of like the Platinum version better. It's a bit darker and grittier, but I'm going to get whatever I get. Whichever one I get is the one I get. This is the Batman from the Clayface 3-pack. You can see his Batarang has like clay coloration on it. And then this is the battle damaged Batman that I hear was a Target exclusive, but I'm in Canada. We don't have Targets. We had Target for like a hot minute. It opened, and then the next day it closed. That's what it seemed like. So this is the battle damage one. He's got some blood and wounds and stuff. But I just got mine at a regular store. I didn't get him at Target, obviously. And then this is the same Batman as a zombie. This is a DC Direct, no, not a multiverse. And I got him there shambling along. But these are the 3 Batmans that are the same. So I sort of have like, you know, pristine, looking great, battle damaged, and zombified. There you go. If we go up, we've got the Death Metal Batman, one of the versions of the Death Metal Batman. That is the one with the guitar. There's also one with the scythe. Then we have the Platinum version of Manga Batman. I didn't even know there was a Platinum of this when I went looking for my Manga Batman. I just wanted a Manga Batman. But I really like this version better than the normal, because I really like these hard, dark lines between the gray and the white. I think it makes it pop, makes it look real good. And then we have the Forever Winter Batman. I really like the Wonder Woman that came with this as well, but she doesn't like to stand. She is the only multiverse figure I have that doesn't stand normally, regularly. She falls over all the time. But the guy at the beginning of this video that was standing next to Alduin and under the Fortnite glider, he is the Build-A-Fig from this wave. And then I have a couple Batman figures here. Little grayscale Batman figures. And then we have the Batman sort of statue in the middle. Figure, whatever you want to call it. I think that thing is really cool. And then we have the Dark Detective. And this is the standard. The gold edition does not have his brown trench coat. Same figure, but no brown trench coat. And like I said with Sportsmaster, Sportsmaster has this guy's body, and he has this guy's legs. They are identical, just different color on Sportsmaster. And then we have the orange and red. This is the, was it the White Knight or something? I don't remember. They did just release the Batmobile to this. I guess a lot of people didn't like this version of him. They prefer the standard. But I like this version because Batman is always in blue or gray or black and gray, and it's neat to get him in a different variant. And then we have the Hazmat Batman. This is the light up one. I think you can see his pull tab in there. Maybe you can't. Where is it? Anyway, his pull tab is still in him, but I'm not going to mess with him too much. He does light up. I pulled it out, made sure he worked, and then stuck the pull tab back in. This is a functioning bat signal, but it needs new batteries, so I'm not going to be turning it on. And then if we go up from here, we have a Gotham City Police Department car. We have Killer Croc. We have Barbara Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, Joker, Penguin, and Catwoman in their jumpsuits. And then we have a couple other police officers and a bat symbol. And then we have Harleen up there and Cash, the guy who Croc bit off his hand. That's why he has a hook. And then that's Harleen Quinzel when she was a psychiatrist. And of course that is Arkham Asylum. There's also a Ivy in that area back there where you can see the Vine. She's inside in that cell. And next to her, I think, is either the Riddler or Two-Face. I don't remember for sure. And then this tower's missing a piece because my cat's knocked it off and it shattered like glass, so I have to order a new piece. But I have a question. Why is it doing this? Look, those pieces are white, that's white. Like, why? It's not sitting in the sun. I'm going to tell you this right now. It isn't sitting in the sun, but some of these white bricks are yellowing. And these are all the original ones that came with it. There's been no replacement white pieces. They're all the ones that came right out of the box. Why are some of these yellow and some of these are white? I don't understand it. My Minecraft Chicken did the exact same thing. And my Millennium Falcon from Han Solo is horrible with this. Some of the pieces are still bright white, and some of them are like really yellow. And I live in a non-smoking house. There's no smoke in here. I'm severe asthmatic. My daughter has asthma. Cheshire, she has asthma. And my wife, after getting COVID, developed asthma, so she also has asthma. So this has always been a non-smoking house. So I don't know why. Why are they yellowing? There's no sunlight hitting it. There is no smoke in the home. I don't know why they're yellowing. Does anybody that collects Lego, can you explain to me why? I have 3 sets that don't get sunlight, but some of the white bricks are yellowing. Was it like a bad batch? I don't know. But anyway, so on with this. The Killer Croc did not come with Arkham Asylum. Killer Croc came with his own set, which is like looks almost like a Rat Fink, if you know what Rat Fink is. It's like that. He's got an 8-ball joy shift or a gear shift and a big truck that came with a bunch of other minifigs, or a few other minifigs, not a bunch. And then this car did come with it, and it's doing the same thing. You notice, like, some of it is white, some of it is yellow. But see the sticker is fine. The door is, I don't know why some of the pieces are doing that. I've never seen that happen before. And I think Joker and Commissioner may have been with the minifig waves, because I have both of the Batman movie minifig waves. Penguin came with a Batman magazine. He did not come with this set. He came with a Lego Batman magazine. And then some of these officers and this bat symbol were like the add-on pack to the Lego Batman stuff that I think you could only get at Lego. I could be wrong. Then we have Batman and Robin up on the building. And we have the small scale Batwing. And I didn't have to do anything special to put it on the wall. It actually is designed, the underneath of it is designed to be wall mounted. So if you were thinking about getting one, you're like, I don't know where I will put it, it can be wall mounted, so there you go. And then that's sort of we'll pan out a little bit so you see all of that. And then you can see on the side here we have Catwoman from The Batman, McFarlane Fig. We have the Build-A-Fig Batman, which I bought because I wanted to put him on the side of the shelf, rappelling like they did in the old TV show. But his legs don't have that much posability, so yeah, I just shoved him back there just so he's still on the shelf. He looks okay up there. He doesn't look too bad, but yeah, it sucks that I couldn't do with him what I wanted to do with him. And then if we go between the shelves, you can see we have Vincent Valentine from the Final Fantasy VII figures. And I really like this package. I'm going to take it down because it is designed where it has the folds. You can see them. The fold of plastic there, one on the bottom, and one on the other side. So if you want to take this figure out, try and get the package in here. There's a lot of glare on it. I'm trying to get it without glare. There you go. Alright, not so much glare. I can kind of show it now. So yeah, if you wanted to, and there were the other figures in the set, but if you wanted to take him out, all you have to do is slide the back of the package off, pop him out, display him, do whatever you want with him, and he does have a base next to him. And then you can keep the package. You don't have to destroy the package to get him out. And I wish more companies would do that. Instead of ruining the boxes, you can still keep the boxes. And then we got the... I can't talk. Give me a second, I can't talk. Slurring my speech. Need a drink, that's what's going on. Throat's getting dry. Mario wedding. Bowser wedding. Peach wedding. We got Drop Day more. And we have Rockman. And yes, Rockman. Not Mega Man, Rockman. Because for those that don't know, in Japan, he is not called Mega Man, he is called Rockman. That is why I bought this import version. Because I prefer Rockman to Mega Man. So, unfortunately though, these guys are not going to be staying in this area because one, Bowser is about to break loose. You can see the white line there. Because if they stay sealed, you'll see like Mario here, you really can't see, there's like next to no separation. But Bowser, because he's such a beefy boy, he is starting to open himself. I had the same thing happen with my Skylanders Halloween eyebrow. He did the same thing and popped out of his package. He's still perfectly fine. I still have him in his plastic, but yeah, he broke free. So these guys are coming out of this and they're going to go on my Nintendo area. And this section here is also going to have other figures, which I'm going to mention in a couple minutes here when we keep going on. And up here, I already got a glimpse of this. These are the minifigs from Batman Returns. And we got Penguin, Catwoman, Max Shrek, Bruce Wayne. And this is, of course, the Shadow Box. The 89 Shadow Box? Is that it? Is that the one? I don't remember. The 80s Batman. And that's supposed to be the front, but I display mine open. But before we go further over with that, we'll go up to the top. And you can see the 100 Years of Warner Brothers. I'll try and see if can I get this without a glare. There you go, yeah, it's the Wile E. Coyote Batman. The Acme box, Hot Wheel. 100 Years of Batman. And then next to that, I'm going to do this at a weird angle because we have the Arkham Knight Batmobile. And the Hot Wheels. We have one of the Batmobiles from the 80s, but that is a gold and black 80s Batmobile. And then we have Bitty Pops, and this Batman display for the Bitty Pops. Try and zoom in on them. I'm not going to actually go through them all, but those are a couple animateds. We got that animated Joker. I'll just kind of scroll through them so you can see the ones that are in those two. Those freezes are separate; they're different. And there you go. And up at the top, and then so there you go. Right back out. And those are the Bitty Pop Batmans that I have. I'm not going to get any more. I just wanted enough to fill the display. And we have another 80s Batmobile. This one is like a metallic-y green with orange on it. Too far. Focus. There you go. And then we have a white and purple. Just the same. Pan out some. And those are above the shadow box. And then if we drop down in front of the shadow box, we have the gold label Doomsday and Superman. And Superman is pretty beat up in this version of the figure. He's got some blood on his mouth, tears on his arm and his leg, and his cape is pretty beat up. But this is, of course, the death of Superman. I grew up in central Illinois, and Metropolis is in Illinois, so this is a pretty big deal. I was in high school, junior high, when this stuff happened. So it was a pretty big deal. in our area. I was also big into comics at the time, so yeah, pretty cool. Had to get that. Had to have the iconic scene. And then we have a collector's edition piece here. It's a poker chip. I'll keep it there for a couple seconds so you guys can read it if you want to. There's Easter eggs and what it says and stuff. And then next to that we have the 80s Keaton Batman Lego keychain. Just hanging there. He likes to spin around. And then we got Super Patrick and Super SpongeBob right there. They actually have a boat, but I don't display the boat. I just have the minifigs out. And then this is actually, she got twisted around. She must have got bumped. I gotta dust this shelf off too. Like I said, these shelves over here need dusted. She has a Batman shirt on. She's from the Ninjago minifig wave though. She's not from Batman stuff. And we have a dusty 89 Lego Batmobile, which comes with the shadow box. And up there above that, because that's the way it's centered. And then over here we have Batman and Bane. And for anyone that wants to know why I don't have the iconic Bane breaking Batman's back scene, because everybody's going to do that. And, you know, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing, first of all. Secondly, Batman, he gets better. He comes back. He is, you know, the Dark Knight. So I wanted to display him where he's, like, still got fight in him. Because he isn't done. He keeps going. He gets better. He cures from a broken back because, you know, it's comics. And that stuff happens. But at the same time, he only gets a broken back and gets better. Superman dies. So that's, I wanted a distinction showing Superman here being held up by Doomsday. He's not even strong enough to lift his arm. He can't stand because Superman is going to die. But on the other side, Batman is still standing. He's still got his fists raised. He's holding his stomach. His teeth are clenched because he's still got fight left in him. He's not done. He's not giving up. It's the Bat. So that's why I wanted to have like this distinction between, you know, the end and still fighting. That's why I did it that way. That's why his back is not being broken. And then we have the 80 Keaton Batman's front of the vault in the shadow box, some of his weapons and gear and tools. And then over here we have Alfred up there by the Bat computer. And the Bat computer does change panels. You can change the screens. And then, like I said, that's the stuff up above it. And then we will go down. Oh wait, I skipped this. This is one of Croc's teeth. And once again, more stuff. And then we got another minifig keychain. This is the same version of Batman that I have over there where it's normal, beat up, and zombie. So, there we go. And then we come down here, we have the really dark, it's kind of dark in there. I hope the camera's picking this up. I can see it in the screen, but sometimes what I see on the screen is darker in the actual camera. But we have the Build-A-Fig Grundy. There's a 2-pack coming out recently, or up for pre-order, that has this Grundy, but he's like see-through with his skeleton. It's supposed to be the lightning effect that happens in the game. If you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. And then it comes with a blue version of Batman. We got the Penguin. We got Scarecrow. This is an awesome figure. I love the Scarecrow figure. He's just really cool. Riddler, Joker, the infected version of Joker. And behind him, he's holding a knife because, you know, the only thing you can trust about the Joker is he can't be trusted, right? There he is. And then we got the Earth 2 Arkham Batman. We have, I don't remember what Batman is this. Is this Arkham City? Arkham Origins? I'm pretty sure it's not Asylum. And I'm almost 100% certain it's not Dark Knight because, not Dark Knight. Was it Dark Knight? I don't know. I don't remember. I can't remember the names of any of the games anymore. There's too many. Because we also have the prequel to Asylum, which was Blackgate. So it technically goes Origins, Blackgate, Asylum, City, and Dark Knight. So yeah. And then I guess Suicide Squad. Yeah. Technically that's the order it goes in, guys. Sorry. That's the order they go in, man. There's Ra's al Ghul. And there's Batman. And there's Red Hood, Arkham Red Hood, Catwoman, and Croc. Croc is my only McFarlane figure that is broken, and when I bought him, I didn't notice he has a broken toenail. He has a broken toenail. I didn't notice that. When I got him, his fingers are all fine. and stuff, but he missing a toenail. But this Croc is out right now currently as a glow-in-the-dark version. So if you missed out on getting him the first time, you can pick him up as a glow-in-the-dark. I won't do that. I don't need two of him. And then we have a bunch of stuff in front. We'll go through this stuff, then there's minifigs in the front. I'm not going to go through every single minifig. I'll just go through the ones that aren't part of the minifig waves. So we have an Nendoroid Batman from Dark Knight Trilogy. We have a mystery box Ivy, Arkham Ivy, Arkham Dark Knight, a Lego Movie Brickhead Joker, Arkham Joker, Arkham Batman, another Arkham Batman, or version of him. So I'm pretty sure this is the same version as the figure, but this is Dark Knight. You see how he's all armored up. And then we have the Brickhead Batman from Lego Movie and a Arkham Robin. Then we have a Nendoroid Justice League Flash. I just thought he was cool because all the effects and everything off of him. That's why I got him. And I got a good deal on him. And then we have the minifigs. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all of them. These minifigs came from two sets. The classic DC, the Lego Batman Movie Series 1 set and Series 2 set. And then the ones that aren't from those, I won't mention though. I'm just going to pan through them. He does have his shark repellent bat spray. That's a reference to the old movie. Okay, this is the first one that doesn't go to these. This is Tartan Batman. He came with a Lego Batman magazine. He's basically a Highlander Batman. And then this just came with a Lego set. He just came with a Lego set. Clown Batman and Disco Batman, who has roller skates. They were polybags from like a gift with purchase or something through Lego. So I don't know exactly, I don't remember what it was for exactly. This is just from a Lego set. So these three in the front are just regular minifigs from Batman sets. And then this is from the Night guy, is from Lego Dimension. These are the Lego Dimension ones. And the rest of these are just from minifig waves. And then if we drop down, I think it's bright enough in here right now that I won't need a light. I'm hoping it's bright enough. See if I zoom in. Yeah, we have Riddler. I'm going to try and do the stuff in the back first. Try and make sure there's enough light in there. But we have Riddler in his rail or dragster. We have Riddler in his car from the Lego Movie. We have one of my favorite cars Lego has ever made. This is the Penguin's car from the Lego Movie. Plates say High Flyer. It has missiles that shoot in the front. It has a penguin hood ornament. But it has 6 wheels. You can kind of see it has 2 little wheels in the back. One great big wheel in the front. And then you can barely make out Penguin sitting in there, grinning. And then we have Aquaman and, what is that, King of the Sea or something? I don't remember that guy's name. We have a Batman boat. We have a Batman sub. That sub is really cool because if you turn it left, so if you go this way, it stays upright. If you go that way, it stays upright. So whichever way you turn it, it stays centered. It's kind of cool. We have Batman in full scuba gear with flippers and everything on this little Batman thing. I don't think I can see him very well. Yeah, there's too many things in the way, so you can't really see him too well. But yeah, whatever. And then we got Joker's car, and you can see Joker in there. And I don't know if I can see Harley. Yeah, you can see Harley in there. So it's Joker and Harley in the Joker ride. And that thing has shocks, and the plates say nothing because it's too blurry. Doesn't want to focus. Plates say Joker. And then we have a drone from the Lego Batman Movie, and then Catwoman on a bike with giant wheels. And then we have more of the minifigs. That's Catman, but anyway. We have the micro cars. I forgot what they were called. Like the Star Wars ones are called micro fighters, but I forgot what they called the little vehicles. But it's Catwoman. She got her milk. But I am going to zoom in on these guys because all these micro guys... Come on, focus. All these micro guys have really neat faces that they haven't really ever given the minifigs since the Micro Fighter waves. So yeah, so next to that is Joker and his ice cream truck, and you see what I mean. Look at that face. Look at the face on Joker. He's in an ice cream truck. And then we got, Beach Joker, Batman, Dark Knight Returns Joker, Harley's a nurse, Harley in her party outfit. I forgot these guys' names. There's a Deadshot, but there's a Harley, and you can see her face too, and her little micro thing. Her micro thing has a wind up on the top. Come on, focus. Focus, there you go. And she got her tongue sticking out. And then we have a shark right there in front of the bat sub. There's a shark. And we got the penguin boat. Penguin in it. And we have a bunch of other bad dudes. and the pencil dude, and then we have the moth guy, and then we got the micro car. He's okay looking. I mean, he's not as cool as the other ones, but. And then we drop down again. We get to a shelf where I have this Batman who is going to be dangling in our way because he's supposed to be up there, but he keeps falling. We have the Lex Mech, and he's holding on to Wonder Woman. It came with Wonder Woman and Superman, and he has a gun, but when I pulled everything out of the bin, I forgot he had a gun, so I didn't pull his gun out of the bin. So it's still in there because I have a lot of other Batman sets, and some of the stuff that's out isn't out with its full set. Like I have a Bat boat, I have the helicopter Batwing set with Joker's helicopter, I have the Joker steamroller, tons and tons of crap that I just do not have room for. And then we have the Egghead and his mech. And the cool thing about Egghead was played by Vincent Price on the old Batman TV show. But that thing actually shoots eggs. It's pretty cool, big egg mech. Then we have Ivy. If I remember correctly, she came with the Clayface set. She's the movie version of Ivy. Then we got some other bad guys. I'm going to have to hold this Batman up when I film this stuff. But we got another bad guy. We got the Red Hood. More bad guys. Joker and a couple of his goons. Calendar Man. More bad guys. We got the Bad Lantern dude there. We got Bizarro and his little micro car, which is backwards. His is backwards. Superman's is forwards. And he has kryptonite instead of the blue crystals, whatever they're called. And then there is Brainiac and his micro car. It's got a bunch of glare. You kind of see him smirking. This is sort of my favorite version of Brainiac when he like bottles, since he's got a bottled city there. And then Condiment King. We got Doomsday and his little microfighter, and you can see his face. And then we got Nightwing and his microfighter. We've got Barbara Gordon on ice, Commissioner Gordon on ice. You can barely make him out, but he's in ice. A couple little penguins with bombs. Hugo Strange, Joker, Zebra Dude, Batman in a micro Batcopter, grinning his teeth. Like I said, I really like the faces they gave them. And then we got I forgot the name of this thing. Is it the Bat Hopper? I think that's what it was called, the Bat Hopper. But it fit all the people in the back of it. It's got a great big compartment on the back of it. It's got Batman sitting in the front. It's got multiple posability. It shoots a net. It's got lots of stuff going on. And then we have the Scarecrow from the movie stuff. He's pretty cool. We got Wonder Woman in her micro Invisijet, once again with a sort of an exaggerated expression. We got Supergirl with her exaggerated expression in her little super jet, super plane. We got Zod, the minifig, and the cool thing about him is his newspaper says kneel before Zod. There you go. The Superman's daddy, and Superman in the normal ship. Once again, bit of an exaggerated expression, but kind of cool. Then we have Superman in a prison, all mad, and he's locked up because of Lobo. There's Lobo with his Space Hog, which is a pretty big Lego vehicle. And then we got Superman just flying right there. We got Cheetah, we got Bane. That is the Lego Dimension Bane, if I remember correctly. We got this Bat Mech. That is the newest one that came out. So it's at stores right now. You can go find it. We got the mayor in a lump of clay, and behind her we got the buildable Clayface. You can kind of pose his face, so you can be like smiling kind of, or whatever. It's a really cool figure. He's interchangeable arms. You can have I think one was a mallet, and I don't know if he had another one. I think he did, but I don't know for sure. We got Kite Man flying up there. Like I said, my Batman doesn't want to stay flying. And then we have the Lego Movie 2 Batman on his little throne there. He looks like a Mad Max version of Batman. And his little sign says, "You're welcome." And this next shelf we go down to, we're probably going to have to get a light for the next shelf because it's a very narrow shelf and I don't think it's going to be bright enough, so we'll do that. But that shelf panned out. There you go. Okay, pan it out. There you go. And you can see the shelf above it, and then there's the shelf above that. There you go. Okay, so I got a light. I'm going to try and shine it like more sideways so we don't cast too many shadows so we can still see in there. There's a micro Batwing. Once again, exaggerated expression on Batman. And the Scarecrow from the movie with the small tumbler. See, I wish I had the light straight in, but it's going to put so many shadows that I just don't want to do that. So I'm going to try and, like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But, like, I've already said, I need to get lights for these shelves. Let's see if I can go. That's not too bad. We'll go like that. There's the Penguin from the Batman movie, and there's the Batman's Batmobile. There's a Joker. There is a 89 Batmobile right there with Batman in it. And that's identical to the one that comes with the shadow box. And we got Joker locked up. We got this sort of knockoff Batmobile that Lego made. It looks kind of like an 89 Batmobile, but it is not. We have another Joker. We have the retro Batmobile. And it does have its little base beside it. But I'm not gonna. And the classic Joker, which is cool because they did. Come on, focus. Focus. I don't want to focus. I'm trying to show that they still gave him his mustache. Doesn't want to focus enough to show it. You can kind of see above his lip. There we go. You can see his mustache. Because the actor, his mustache was iconic to his image. So he didn't want to shave his mustache. So they just painted over his mustache. So I love how even in the minifig they left that in there. I just think that's cool. And then this is another Batmobile that they just kind of made. Lego did a bunch of just like Lego Batmobiles where they weren't related to any TV show, movie, comic. Lego just said, hey, we're going to make a Batmobile. So that's one of them. I have a few other ones, but there's just no room. And that is the Micro Batmobile. A little mini Batmobile. Once again, exaggerated expression, but it's pretty cool. It suits him. And we got one more shelf on this shelf to go down to. And yeah, we might need light. I'm going to shine some light in this one too, just for the back. We got King Shark, and you'll notice he does not have blue trunks, he has gray trunks. Why does that matter? Because that is not the Build-A-Fig. I bought him, then I bought Harley and got one piece of him. Cheshire was like, hey, can I have that piece in case we get the rest? And then I ended up getting the rest. So she has the Build-A-Fig King Shark in her collection on display, but I have the one that was purchasable. Now, of course, you got Harley, Suicide Squad. And I have the Platinum Boomerang because I pre-ordered Boomerang. Cheshire pre-ordered Boomerang. We got one of each version. I told her she could choose, and she wanted the normal, so I have the Platinum. That's how that went down. There is Clayface from the 3-pack. I went back and forth if I should buy Clayface because I really do kind of like the way he's designed. If you close his mouth, like, he doesn't look quite as creepy, but you can see he has, like, skulls in his body, and there are faces and stuff. He's a really creepy version of Clayface. But when they announced the 3-pack and then Amazon sales or whatever, I was able to get on sale as well. So I made out like a bandit on Clayface in the 3-pack, so that's why I got him. Man-Bat in the back there, really cool. Sucks to stand. I hate when we get these really cool big figures and they just give us like nothing. They need like NECA stands or Nendoroid style stands for these types of figures, but they didn't do that. And then we got the 2-pack of Joker and Punchline, and I don't think I need the light anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of the light. And then this is the Funko Pop Pez from the mystery sort of box. I think it was a GameStop exclusive. Batman Gaming Funko Mystery Box. I think that I could be slaughtering that, but that was the Pez that came with the thing. And then we have a couple of Batgirls, and we have a Batman that came with a Lego Batman magazine, and then we have the '89 Batman on the Gargoyle. They're doing a deluxe classic Batmobile now, I guess, which I don't know. I may get that one. I don't know. I don't really have any of the deluxe or really big, really fancy Batman sets as far as like the Batmobiles, but the classic I may pick up. But he comes on Gargoyle just like that one. So it's kind of cool because if you have this set with this Gargoyle and you get that set with that Gargoyle, you got 2 Gargoyles to add to your like modular or something. There you go. This is Batman on one of these bikes with the Gigundo tie. Oh, actually no. I think this is the 4+ Bat Cycle. There's a little bat symbol on the side of it. The big tire you can see right there, and Batman's on that, and you can't really see him. He's tucked in there, and because he like lays down on the bike. I don't know. It's not focusing. Then we got this anniversary Justice League thing. And once again, I'm not going to go through all of the minifigs, but I will pan through here. So anybody that wants to see focus, like the Huntress, Hawkman, there's a few there. You see Cyborg tucked in there, Canary, a few dudes, Superman, Crypto. The Titans, there's Beast Boy, but the Titans are from the Dimension stuff. Green Arrow tucked back there. You see his hat, can't really see him. Pretty sure that's John Stewart Lantern. And you see Wonder Woman is also kind of along the corner there. And what dog is that? Is that Wonder Mutt? Is that supposed to be Wonder Mutt from the Blue Falcon? Because that's all I can... That's the only place I recognize that from. That Supergirl is the Lego Dimension Supergirl. And then once again, I think the Titans are from... He's just from a set. And then we have the Wonder Twins in the background there. And then DJing the event, there you go, Plastic Man. Alright, Plastic Man. The Plastic Man came with... he was a pre-order bonus for one of the Lego Batman games. He was a polybag pre-order bonus. And I don't think he's been released any other way aside from the polybag for Lego Batman. I think it was Lego Batman 3. I could be wrong. Maybe it was 2. But, yeah, he was the pre-order bonus. And then we have Harley on a skateboard, sticking her tongue out. And we also have Harley on one of the big wheeled bikes. You see her sitting back there. And her hammer on the side of it says POW on it. And this Dark Knight Trilogy guy came with one of the DVDs. Not a big fan of the Dark Knight Trilogy version of Batman. I hate his helmet. I hate the way that cowl looks. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. That's why I'm not a fan. And I hate the Tumbler. The Tumbler is not a Batmobile, dude. That's the Bat Tank. Okay? That. Oh my god. Batman's supposed to be like secret. Okay? Supposed to not let anybody know who he is and all that. And that Batmobile. How the hell are you gonna be stealthy in that Tumbler? That thing is a tank. I hate it as a Batmobile. Absolutely hate it as a Batmobile. Sorry for everybody else that likes it, but it is not a Batmobile. I'm telling you that right now. It is not a Batmobile. And there's Superman and Batman versus Superman. And there is a classic Harley. I think she came with Dimensions as well. I'm pretty sure. Because we have everything to Lego Dimensions except the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which was Green Arrow. We do not have the Green Arrow to Lego Dimensions. I may try and get him one of these days depending on what he's worth right now. Like, the minifig himself isn't hard to find because, like, there's a Green Arrow. I got a Green Arrow right there. Green Arrow's been released in multiple different versions and stuff, so... but then below that, if you saw our gaming collection video, we used this for a thumbnail. This is where some of that stuff is. And there's my GameCube controllers. There are some collector's editions. The Catherine collector's edition, a couple Senran Kagura collector's editions and stuff are in here as well. Not all of them, but a few. And then so that's it for this. And if we pan to the left, we can see M. Bison. There we go, M. Bison. And this is what I was mentioning before, because this whole row here is my Street Fighters, and we're just going to go up it real quick and go through them all. Not going to waste a lot of time on them. But I only have room in this row for one more. I want to get at least all of the standard ones. I don't care about the variants. So the problem with that is I don't have enough room for them all here. So what's going to happen is they're going to come over here. So that's where all these are going to go. So anyway, so we have Bison. We have Dhalsim, Fei Long. There you go, Fei Long. Chun-Li, Ken, and Ryu. And then if we go up from there, you can see the Shadow Box again. And we will go over. And this is the only superpowers I have, because I had them back in the day, and I have this one just for nostalgia's sake. And because, you know, a bunch of Batman stuff, so why not? And there we have a Hot Wheel of the classic Batmobile. I think I'm picking it up pretty well. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's showing up pretty good. And then we have the 66 Batman set. Let's again try to see if I can get these guys because it's pretty high up here. So we got Alfred, we got Bruce, we got Dick, we got Martha and Thomas up there. And the bookshelf does open. There's a red phone and everything. And then it goes down. And then we have the Cape Crusaders down in here. Batman and Robin. But the way this actually works, for anyone that's curious, is are these little poles they can actually slide down, but there are these little platforms up there. So You put them in, and then it comes down so far and hits the platforms after you close the thing, and then it comes down, and then Batman and Robin slide down. So they can transform into Batman and Robin just like in the TV show. You gotta be careful because if I pan over these photos and stuff, I don't want to catch. There's the Bat Cycle. Once again, we have the Joker with the mustache on his face. And I do think this is a slight color variant, if I remember correctly, from the one that comes with the Batmobile. I think there's a slight difference. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm not 100% certain. And there's Catwoman, one of the Catwomans from the TV show. Riddler, Penguin. And this was a San Diego, I think San Diego? It was a con. It was one of the Comic-Con exclusives. Once again, a polybag. And it was Mr. Freeze from the old stuff. So I had to get him to go with this stuff. And there is the 66 Batmobile. And I don't think this is identical to the other one. Unlike the 80s Batmobile, I think this one and the other one are slightly different, if I remember correctly. Then we have the Platinum Catwoman from the Dark Knight trilogy. So I just sort of have both of my Catwoman standing on the edges there. And then we have the Batcopter, which comes with it. And I have my Batman cowl, Lego Batman cowl from the classic stuff, sitting on top of the Atomic Vial. If you remember the show, someone actually fell into the Atomic Vial in one of the episodes. And of course they're zapped, disintegrated, don't exist no more. It's a pretty horrible episode. Oh well, when you're a kid. Nowadays it's pretty tame. Then we got the Bayonetta amiibo from Bayonetta 1. And behind her we've got the latest movie Batman that came out. And that's the Kilmer Batman. Behind that we have the Clooney Batman. Which I thought Clooney made an awesome Batman and Bruce Wayne, but not my favorite by any means. Obviously it goes Adam West and then Michael Keaton, right? That's the way it goes. Here's back there. But I hate that Clooney Batman figure because he's got this massive plastic cape and you really can't do much with him because of that gigantic dumb cape. And we got the Keaton Batman. This is the Flash one though. So if you look at his boots are, I don't know if it's going to pick it up. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. His boots have like crap on them. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but the bottom of his boots look messed up. There's a Chris O'Donnell Robin. One of the movie Chris O'Donnell Robins. And then we have the wonderful Adam West. Classic Batman doing the Batusi. There you go, right there. Batusi Batman. Now we got the other Chris O'Donnell Robin. One has a cloth cape, one has a plastic cape, or is it the, yeah, one has, because his is plastic like Clooney's, and I hate those capes now. And then we have the Affleck Batman versus Superman Batman. And we have the Patterson, I can't remember the guy's name. I just usually refer to him as the Twilight Batman. And the cowl came with the Platinum Batwoman, but the card that came with him had him in a pose very much like this. And the only reason I bought this one instead of the one with the cowl, because I much prefer the ones with the cowls, is because I got this one for $9.50 brand new at GameStop. He was on sale. So it's like $9.50 Canadian for a McFarlane. Okay, I'll deal with this one. This will be that version of him for my collection. And then we have Alicia Silverstone right there as Batgirl. And we have the Bayonetta 2 Bayonetta amiibo. There you go. There she is. Big fan of the Bayonetta games. And then if we go down, we have a buildable Q*bert machine, which, well, I don't know who pushed them in. Somebody pushed my arcade machines in. Yeah, glimpse of the bottom shelf. But yeah, they are Q*bert arcade machines. They're really cool. They look just like the old machines. They have a screen on them. Yeah, they have coin slots and everything. And then these, I'm not going to really go through these too much. These are all the Lego 2K Drive sets. She is not, though. She's the gamer girl from one of the newer minifig waves. But all of these other vehicles up here. And then there's my Frogger machine. Frogger. And it says Frogger at the top. And there's a screen with Frogger on it. That it doesn't want to focus on. Come on, focus. Focus. Yeah, there it goes. Focus. And then you can see the front of the machine. And going downward. Yeah, something smashed into my shelf. Everything's pushed back. I don't know what happened. Anyway, Maybe my cats jumped at it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Well, there's a Destiny Brickhead, Mega Bloks version, of course, not actual Brickhead. There we have the Loot Crate, Power Suit, Nuka-Cola. And I don't know why in Fortnite, when we had the Nuka-Cola suits, or not the Nuka-Cola suits, the Power Suits, why we didn't get a Nuka-Cola version. Like, I found that to be a huge missed opportunity. Can't talk. Mouth's dry. Got your drink. Probably stop this and get a drink in a second here. But, yeah. There should have been a Nuka-Cola variant for the Power Suits in Fortnite, my opinion. But, you know what? What they're planning on doing? Season 2 comes out, then it's a perfect opportunity for Epic to sell the Power Suit in a Nuka-Cola version, and then it's their way of being able to allow everyone to have access to it, while also screwing over the people that earned it in the Battle Pass. Because that's what they like to do these days. Part of the reason I stopped playing. Anyway, Crash Bandicoot. That's the newer one. The Tiki Mask fell down because, like I said, something hit the shelf. We got Sora amiibo from Kingdom Hearts. We got the Nathan Drake Nendoroid running along there. We got the Vault Boy Nendoroid. And the reason he's standing like that, he's also holding a Nuka-Cola. And those that remember, there was like a bit of fiasco when Bethesda was selling these Nuka-Colas to a bunch of people. You had to like pre-order them and they weren't as great as they were. So I felt that this figure, I got him around the time that was going on. So I felt that posing him like this was actually kind of funny, because it's like Bethesda saying, hey, about those Nuka-Colas, here you go. And then we got the PUBG mascot guy right there in Nendoroid. We got the Snake amiibo. We got the Cyberpunk MC female on her bike, because that's what I played through. The Cyberpunk is a female, not a male, because why not? And then we have the Fatal Bullet, Sword Art Online. This is a really cool one. The hat is magnetic, just like Kirby's body, but I like the little effects on her guns. Then we got the Terry Bogard, one of my favorite fighters, Fatal Fury. Terry Bogard, Andy Bogard, and of course, Andy's girlfriend, Shiranui. We got Fatal Fury on his hat. And he just came out for Street Fighter 6. And then we got all these Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 Gashapon. I already showed that I have the clear ones. These guys are not holding up well. They are 20 plus years old though. But their bases have these tiny little pegs. They're tiny little figures. So, and you can see the pegs are breaking. So that's why some of them aren't even standing, because the pegs have broken. And I'm going to either have to figure out how to get these guys to stay on the base. And you can see over the years, her staff is bending. She's doing some really extreme yoga over there, man. Like, and then her legs are really bent because that gun is just massive. It's too heavy for her scrawny little legs to support her. So she's all bent too. So I got to either find a way to display them properly, or I got to pack them up. But if I pack them up, I'm probably going to put my Destiny like minifig figures in this spot instead. So leave a comment down below. Should I try and preserve my Phantasy Star Online characters on this shelf, or should I pack them up and put my Destiny guys up here? I will include a picture of the Destiny characters I'm talking about putting up here. But that's it for this shelf. We'll do a pan out like I've been doing. That's that shelf. There's a shelf above it. This shelf above that. And I gotta be careful with the hallway, because there's pictures next to it. So you can see. There you go. And then on the shelf under there, you can see we have the Mega Man X Nendoroid right there, shooting his little fireballs or whatever. And they are on their own separate base. Something cool that Nendoroids have. And this is, what is it, Chell, I think? This is Lego Dimensions from Portal. Little Portal expansion for it. And then we have the Mega Man Legacy Collection from the 3DS. And it has the sealed gold Mega Man inside there. And then you can see a Mega Man Mystery figure right there, and the normal Mega Man amiibo, the Ryu amiibo. We have the Disney Infinity Tron characters. We have everything for Infinity, except I don't have them out. The only ones I have out are Star Wars, and then Cheshire stole my Loki, and she has that on one of her shelves. And there's the Lego set for the Tron, which is pretty cool with the neon blue and the neon orange. Pretty cool set. And then behind this, we have the McFarlane Borderlands Tiny Tina. We have a World of Warcraft figure sword back there. That goes to the Human Warrior, but it didn't get packed up. When I packed them all up, it's been floating around for a while. And this is the McFarlane glow-in-the-dark Doom guy. It's another one of those special sort of edition ones that are supposed to be really rare, but you can find them all over, usually. Some of them are harder to find than others, but most of them aren't that hard to track down. Excuse me. And this is a Lara Croft that came with one of the collector's editions of Tomb Raider. This is one of the better collector's edition items because it's an actual full figure. You can see the multiple points of articulation. She comes with her rock climbing axe, her pickaxe there, her rock axe, whatever you call it. I forgot what it's called. And then her bow that actually has a bowstring, and the gun comes out of her holster. The shotgun can come off of her back. And she actually isn't a bad looking figure. She's a pretty good looking figure. And it's basically like, I don't know for sure what company made her. I don't know. She looks very NECA-ish, in my opinion. So maybe she's a NECA. I don't know. Don't know what company made her. But she is a collector's edition. She came in a tin. I don't remember what game it was, but she came in a tin. And this is my boxed Legacy of Kain, Raziel. And he does have these orbs that you can barely make out. There, you can kind of see that one where it's all green. Those attach to the base, and they are glow in the dark, and they kind of wrap around behind him. And then he's got one of the things that you tear off the wall or off, off of whatever. Got a torch. His hood does come off, so you can see him without his, with his teeth. And he does have his wings. You can't really make them out too well. Yeah, he's got his wings, which are just like loose rubbery pieces. So he has his torn wings, and there's another glow-in-the-dark orby thing in there too. And then, like I said, he has his base, Raziel Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. And then he's in a box. The box, though, when we moved, we had our stuff in storage, and a mouse chewed up the corner of the box. The rest of the box is in really great shape. Just that corner's kind of beat up. And then we have the, I can't remember the name of the game, the Souls games. The Sun Dude from them, amiibo. And then Ken amiibo. And then, excuse me, jeez. Kain himself from Legacy of Kain with the Soul Reaver, which is actually this dude. If you know the lore, you know why he is actually the sword. But anyway, this is a franchise I love this franchise. And I wish they would do remasters of the entire series. Because a lot of people are like, oh, we need a remaster of Soul Reaver. No, we need a remaster of the whole series, okay? We need Legacy of Kain, #1, which was a top-down, but who doesn't want to run around screaming Ve Victus again? The game was awesome. And then we got Soul Reaver. And then we had a Legacy of Kain 2. We had a Soul Reaver 2. And then we had Kain and Raziel, and we need a remaster of all of those games, a re-release, an update. I don't want to reboot, just update the old games because they were great. Maybe add the missing boss to Soul Reaver, but yes, we need those games back again because they were awesome, awesome games, and we need them again. We need remakes, not remakes, remasters, updated graphics and faster frames and stuff. If we go down here, you can see rabbits. These are the rabbits in time. I love the rabbits. I mentioned that in our gaming video because I have most of the rabbit games. These are awesome. Smacking himself in the face with the club, the caveman rabbit. The Egyptian rabbit where he has toilet paper on one of his things, which I think it's supposed to be an Ankh, but instead it's a statue. Princess. The princess rabbit. The ninja rabbit with gardening tools. The Ezio rabbit in the background there. The cowboy rabbit, which it has like either buffers or those are toilet brushes in like drills. I don't know what it is. I don't really know for sure what he's holding on to, but his guns are comical. Then we got the Viking, who has a standard hammer. It's not like a battle hammer, it's just a regular old hardware hammer. And he has nails in his shield. And then we have the Gladiator with hot dogs on his trident. And then we have the Pirate, who has a double eye patch. And he is showing everyone his treasure map, which is upside down and visible to everyone. And then we have Grunt from Mass Effect. Just gruntiness. We have Jin Kazuya from Tekken 3. You can't really see the base. I don't think you can see the base very well. Maybe you can see it a little bit. I don't know if the camera's going to actually pick it up. I can see it on my screen. The base says Tekken 3, but I don't know if the screen will actually pick that up. Then you have the Rhino from Warframe. I said that because the other character on the shelf. Anyway, Warframe's Rhino. This is the only Warframe statue I have because I like Rhino. I almost got the Mag one, but then I didn't end up getting it before it wasn't available anymore. Here are some Samurai Showdown figures. I used to have the Nakaruru that went to this as well, but during the move she got shattered and she had too many pieces to put back together. These aren't holding up very well, I will say that. His Saki has broken from his rope, and Hanzo Hatari does not stand anymore. And is it Shiki, I believe? Her name is Shiki. She's still doing pretty well, but she doesn't like to hold her swords. One of her swords is just floating back there because she keeps dropping it, so I stopped putting it in her hand. And but they're awesome figures still, even though they're not holding up very well. And Samurai Showdown figures aren't exactly the easiest things to come across, and it is my favorite fighting game. So I keep them on my shelf. They're going to stay on my shelf, but hopefully I can come across something better later to replace them. I don't know. We'll see. And then we have the NECA Ezio Auditore. Anyway, then we got the Warhammer figure here. Joy Toy Warhammer figure. And I do gotta say this. I gotta say this, guys. The Joy Toy Warhammers are awesome. Their figures are awesome. They have great articulation. They have, the joints are nice and loose and posable, but not so loose that they're, that you can't pose them. And they just look great, and they feel great, and they're just awesome. That being said, they're tiny. Look at, she only comes up to Ezio's waist, okay? And that's the problem. See, the rabbits are just these tiny little 4-inch rabbits here. They're not. They're a little bit bigger than what a Smurf would be. I killed the princess. She's not even in another castle. She's dead. I'll fix them later. But anyway, there you can see the caveman who's just right in front of it. Okay, they're only about twice the size of these rabbits, and they're only half the size of a NECA. This one right here was the second cheapest one I've come across at $50 Canadian. You can get like a human soldier for around 44. Then the next one up is 75, and that I've come across. But if you want like a Space Marine, okay, which is what everybody's gonna want. Let's be honest. If you do Warhammer, you're probably after a Space Marine, at least one big, hunky, broody Space Marine. Well, those dudes are gonna run you over $100, and I guarantee you they're still not as big as a NECA. And the problem I have with that is like that they're too pricey. They're too pricey. And they don't look like, look at Ezio right there, okay? It doesn't look so much better. It's not plated in silver or gold, right? It isn't so much better. Its articulation isn't so much greater that you can justify that price, in my opinion. And I will tell you, it's a shame, because if these guys were priced more appropriately, in my opinion, I'd be full in. I'd be buying every single one of these, all the Space Marines, everything. But that 100+ price point for Space Marines, it's just too much. It's too much, and especially with this economy, okay? How the hell are people supposed to afford this? And that's not to say I couldn't afford it, okay? I know people are going to be like, well, look at some of the sets you have here, okay? Look at this, look at that. You got all this crap you can't afford. That's not the point. The point is the figures aren't worth that price. The value isn't there. Like, I mean, I don't know. A Nendoroid, okay, is under $100, and they are beefier than this lady, but You know, I think they're worth that price point with the magnets and the accessories and the display base. This just comes with a McFarlane style clear display base. Like if they came with Nendoroid-esque style display bases where you could pose them leaping through the air and everything else, maybe I could justify that. But Nendoroids are cheaper than these guys, so I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You know, NECA are cheaper. You can get Monster Hunter monsters from the Figuarts for about the same price as a Space Marine, except the Figuart monsters come with bases. They are just as articulate and way larger, so I don't know. That's just my complaint. I don't know if you can see the guy back there. It might be too dark. I may have to get a light. I may actually have to get a light for this big dude in the background. That is Mr. X. And he's older than the Phantasy Star Online ones up there. I think I said those guys were like 20 plus. They're not 20 plus. They're only like 18, but this guy is that old. I got him before my daughter was born. And I originally had him displayed in the package, just hanging up, and then the package got damaged, so I decided to display him out. He comes with different hands, and he's on a base, which I don't think we're going to be able to see right now. No, we won't be able to see. It's too dark in there. But his base is like bricks, and it says Resident Evil in red across it. But I hope it's picking him up. Could be too dark in there. I don't know. But yeah, it's just this great big Mr. X figure from Resident Evil. And he towers over everything. His head is almost touching the top of the shelf. And then that is everything on that shelf. Pan out. There you go. But like I said, if you look at the other figures in that shelf, none of the figures in that shelf, I think even a Warframe guy only costs like 70 on. He might have been on sale though. I think I don't remember, but nothing else on this shelf came close to costing what one of the Space Marines for Joy Toy would cost. So yeah, that's the problem I have with it. But anyway, let's drop down. Next shelf, and these are the mystery fig, Build-A-Fig Monster Hunters. These are almost all subspecies. So in the background there, you have a Stygian Zinniger. You have the electric Giganox. That's not the white that spits poison. That's a subspecies, but I forgot what it was called. But it is a Giganox. It's just a subspecies. And then you have the black Tigrex. There it is. Then you have Kieran, not a subspecies, obviously, because it's an elder. Then you have a feline named Kieran Armor. Then you have a Devil Joe, and I'm on the fence with this one. Cheshire says it is a what do you call it, Joe? I forgot what it's called. It's not a raging. It's a what is it, Furious Joe or something? I think it's just a Joe in rage mode, Devil Joe. But she thinks it's an actual subspecies of Joe, but I don't think it is. And then there's a feline back there and a little giant head and trumpet. Plesioth, which is not a subspecies. There you go, Mr. Plesioth. His wings spread and him jumping out of the water, I guess. Or he's underwater swimming, I don't know. And then we have a gold Raytheon. The golden Raytheon. And then we have an ivory Lagiacrus. And yes, it is the ivory I can't talk. Lagiacrus, you can tell because he has the white shade on him. The regular Lagiacrus is blue. He wouldn't be that white. He would be much more blue. And his body is yellow on both, I do believe. But I think it's a bit lighter on the ivory. And then there's a Yankutku feline. Feline and Yankutku. There's a feline in a nurse's outfit. And the syringe broke. It's still sitting down there, but it broke off. And haven't fixed it. Then we have a Glacial Agnactor, one of my favorite monsters in Monster Hunter. My utmost favorite monster is Diabolos. And then it is the Agnactor and the Barioth. Those are my favorite monsters. I don't really like the Glacial Agnactor as much as the standard Agnactor, though. And then we have the pink Raytheon right there. There we go. So we have two Raytheons. They're in the exact same pose. One is, they're from different series though. This is from an earlier series than this one. But this is a golden Raytheon and that is a pink Raytheon. Because the Joe and the Gold Raytheon came from a set, and the pieces in those, you would get random Double Joe pieces to build a golden Double Joe. And I have 2 or 3 of the pieces for that Joe. I don't remember. And then if we go down again, these are some of my Monster Hunter amiibos. I don't have the import Monster Hunter amiibos that I have down here, but the doggy, the monster, the feline, the lady, the Rathalos that can be ridden, feline, another monster, and another doggy. There you go. Those are the Monster Hunter amiibos right there. Pan out. Get it out right here, rubber. There we go. Alright, we reached the last shelf on this shelf, I guess. Last shelf on these shelves. And this is just some random Diablo and World of Warcraft stuff that I have. I had more Diablo stuff down here. I did have my Diablo Pops down here, but I got too many to fit on this shelf. So, that is why they are not down here now. But you can see there are a couple of the WoW Deadly but Cutes, or Cupid Deadly, whatever you want to call it. It says on the back of that Diablo box, but I don't remember. Then we have one of the random, this is the Rainbow Loot Goblin, or Treasure Goblin, or whatever you want to call it. It's actually called a Loot Goblin, according to the amiibo, but because that is the exact same mold figure as this one, except that one has just been turned into an amiibo. But that was the standard Loot Goblin you could get from the series, and this was the Rainbow Loot Goblin. So anyway, so that is the amiibo. Still in its box, because the box has really good artwork. There you go. And it actually says, see, Cute and Deadly, or Cupid Deadly, or whatever it's called. And then there you go. So that is the Diablo amiibo. And then the rainbow one. And this was a Loot Crate mug. It says Diablo. It is one of the heat, or, you know, temperature activated ones. It has a Treasure Goblin. I don't know if it will pick that up at all. But when it heats up, you can actually see that Treasure Goblin standing on the side of the mug. And we got one of the McFarlane Diablo figures, which they're okay. I got one just because I wanted to have one in my set, but at the end of the day, I don't really like them that much. I think they could have done better figures than what they did. They're kind of meh. The World of Warcraft ones, I feel the same way about. The new ones that McFarlane is making, they're kind of meh. And then we have one of the old style World of Warcraft figures, Magni Bronzebeard. I still have him out because I like dwarves. He got knocked off of the shelf he was originally on before, and his other hammer shattered. It's inside this mug. There you go. It's inside there. So I have to super glue it and then put it back in Magni's hand. But I have a lot of these guys. I have the, let's see, I have the Tauren Hunter. I think it's, was it? I'm not going to remember their name. So I have the Tauren Hunter. I used to have him on display. He took a couple nosedives. He doesn't like standing. I have Arthas. Arthas is fine. He has a base, but good luck finding an Arthas that does not have a broken crown, because the little skull on Arthas' crown is broken in like 98% of all of the Arthases that shipped. Okay, I'm not talking secondhand. I'm talking brand new. They came broken. And then I have the Illidan. The first Illidan. There were 2 Illadans. And he stands really well. No issues with Illidan. And those are the 3 deluxe I have. I don't think I have any other deluxe ones besides those 3. And then I have the, let's see, I have the Human Warrior, the Gnome with the Mecha Strider, the Draenei Mage, and she doesn't like to stand. Her legs start to morph, and I had to put poster putty under her hoofs to get her to stand. The Murlocs, and they start bending all over the place. I had the Human Dark Priest, and she took a nosedive once, and a couple of her chains broke and stuff. Let's see, who else? I have the Worgen. I have the Half-Orc Rogue. Half-Orc Rogue, yeah, that's it. She's on a base running. She stands fine. The Night Elf Hunter, I have her. She's fine. She's on a base too. Has a little base with an owl. She's fine.
Zabra Hex is fine. The Druid, the Night Elf Druid, he's good. He don't fall over. What else? What else? Anyway, I have a bunch of them. Okay, I have a bunch of them. But I'm going to say this. Don't waste your money on them unless you're going to display them in their packages, because a lot of them do not stand. And even if they stand initially, over time, they start to warp. They start to do what my Phantasy Star Online characters did. Okay, their legs start to morph. They start to lean. They start to misshapen. They're really bad. They're really bad figures. They look great, but when it comes to displaying them, they're not the greatest figures for displaying. They do not hold their shape. They do not hold their form. So that's a tip for you, especially because they don't make them anymore. So I don't know what the markup on them is nowadays. I don't know if you can still get them really cheap. I don't know if they cost an arm and a leg. But do not spend an arm and a leg on them unless you're going to display them in their package. So there's a warning, PSA, from someone who owns like 20 plus of these guys. They're not the greatest display pieces, unfortunately. Alright, let's move on.
Alright, so because couldn't really see in here very well, I went ahead and got a light, and now we can see in the shelf, because it was really super dark in there and I didn't realize, but on camera it is like when I went to edit, it is even darker. So I'm putting this in here so that you can actually see. Everything else wasn't too terribly bad, but Mr. X back there, he was very, very dark. You could barely make him out. So I'm going to shine this light in there, and we can see Mr. X. And I think I might be able to light up his base. Yeah, I can light it up a little bit. It's hard. It's still hard to see. Casting too many shadows. Give me a second here. Situate this a bit better. Yeah. Anyway, zoom out. I'll try and get it angled in there correctly. Yeah, so you can see where it says resident. It says dent under his feet, and it's bricks. It's kind of dusty and needs dusted off better next time I dust. But yeah, so that's what his base looks like. And then of course he is just a big beefy dude in there. So there you go. Okie dokie. So now I'm in a very tight area, but we're gonna try and get through this. Try and squeeze in here. There you can see my Batmobile and Batman. I wanted the animated one. I can't find the animated one anywhere. Every time I come across them, I go through the box, and that's all I find. We have my pops, my first section of pops. I have two sections of pops. This is where my Batman pops are. And you can see we have the Jeffrey as Robin, the Jeffrey as Batman, the Batman Gingerbread. We have the 8-bit Batman. We have the gaming chase version of Batman sitting down gaming. He's sitting down holding a controller. There's a lot of reflection in here. Apologize for that. And then we have like the Day of the Dead Batman as we go down. We have the 3 Batmans from The Flash. We have the normal Batman. We have the Bruce Wayne Batman. Batman with his mask on, cowl. And then we have this same Batman, but as a diamond. So it is still the same one, but he's all shimmery and shiny that you can't really see because reflections. Once again, apologize for that. We have Batmite. We have this Entertainment Earth exclusive Batman, which is all blue and kind of cool. He got really cool effects. He's got some damage on his cowl. Can't really see it. Once again, reflections from the pop boxes. And then we have the same version of that Batman, but he's all bloody. These are the exact same sculpts, just different paint jobs, different numbers, but they're the same Batman. There's a GameStop exclusive animated Catwoman on a pumpkin with a Batman face. It also has the dates. October 31st and December 25th. I think those are Calendar Man references, but it is also, of course, Halloween and Christmas. We have this Ivy, which is my favorite Ivy pop that they have released, which is why this is the only Ivy pop I have. I think is really sharp, really cool looking. We have a standard sort of Harley with her mallet. DC Superheroes Harley with a mallet. And then we have a Birds of Prey Harley. We have a DC Bombshell Harley. We have the Gotham Knights Harley. We have Harleen Quinzel from the animated series, where she is still a psychiatrist. And you know your Batman lore, you know that that's where Harley started in the animated series. That's where she got her start as a character. Then we have Harley with pizza. She got a nice pizza in there. That's why I got that one. then we have this wrestling Harley where she has the belt over her shoulder. I think that is a really cool Harley pop. And then if we go down, we have a Luchador Domo. Once again, this is a really narrow space, so I apologize for how close I have to be. And then we have this Miss Marvel. We have the Monster Hunters Doctor Doom. And we have a Marvel the Martian Build-A-Fig. We have a flocked or fuzzy little mystery Domo. And then we have this red crimson metallic Hulk. Then we have the Amazon exclusive Wampa when they were doing the Empire Strikes Back anniversary stuff, I guess it would have been. And they did a full series with Hoth stuff. We have the Diablo Lilith. And interesting, I bought this Lilith. I didn't buy this Lilith. I bought a Lilith. I brought it home. Cheshire swiped it. So she has hers on display out of the box, but she swiped it. So I had to get another one. Luckily, I was able to get another one. But there is the game box art cover, whatever. Try and see it. They are like super reflective in this hallway. But yeah, so that is Banjo-Kazooie. And up above that is the Batman Arkham Asylum. And I do have the Wrath of the Lich King one pre-ordered, so it is going to go here too. There's nothing above that because I need space here for the Lich King box cover. And I also pre-ordered the Butcher from the Diablo 4 stuff. And it is the same size as Lilith, so my Wampa is probably going to be relocated. And the Butcher is going to go under Lilith. And then so on and so forth. We go back up to the top here, though. My cats are making howling. We have a Justice League Vinimate, but it's not a standard Vinimate. It's like a larger scale statue from Diamond Select. We have this Sakura Bikini Capcom figure. We have the gold Altered Beast, pixelated, 8-bit, whatever you want to call it. And the standard was brown, and then there was the gold variant, which we picked up. We have the Baroness. We have the standard Banjo-Kazooie pop. The Monster Hunter Stories Farce Fang, which is a Barioth. And then we have the Zinniger, the Rathalos, the Feline, and the Hunter. And then under that, we have Malthael from Diablo 3. We have Sylvanas from World of Warcraft. And then we have a Blacklight Domo, a Fire Mystery Domo, along with Inarius and the Treasure Goblin. And I also have a was it? Yeah. I don't remember. There's another Diablo one I have pre-ordered. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. And then we have the NECA Alf, one of the NECA Alfs. This is like the smaller one, not the actual like full NECA. Then we have the Soda Pops. And my Jawa is actually on display with my Star Wars stuff, but we'll get to that in a bit. We have Muttley, Fleagle, Snarky, Blacklight, Huckleberry, Blacklight Grape Ape, and we have the Saturday morning pop mystery box that came with this Pez right here, Fruit Brew, and then we have the deluxe mini, the Bitty Pops, I guess they're called Bitty Pops. Yes. Anyway, we have the deluxe version of that. Robin doesn't actually go in that; it's just the Hush Batman, but I had an extra Robin, so I shoved him in there. Keep out. Do not go in there. You'll regret it. You can hear a beast on the other side. These are my other pops, and I'm gonna try and do this. It's gonna be complicated, guys, because it's not a very open area. Give me a second. My light is not the greatest. Trying to light up the area just enough to see everything. Okay, that might work. That might work. That's not too bad. I hope I'm picking everything up. All right, here we go. Pan out a bit. So we have a couple Jurassic Park ones up there. You can see the Gigantosaurus and the Atrocitus Raptor Ghost. We have the Saturday morning mystery box. And with that we got Wildcat. I lost my light. There it is. I got my light back. There we go. So there you go. Wildcat. And then we have Walt Disney with the Magazine and Plain Crazy Mickey. We've got the Negaduck, Negatron, and Darkwing Duck. All three up there. Then down there we've got Jake and Finn and Samurai Jack in armor. And if you go down from there, we've got Norbert and Daggett from Angry Beavers. There you go. And then we have the not Saturday morning, Cartoon Network Toonami Tom. Toonami Tom. We have Captain Planet right there. Kind of hard to see. He's Captain Planet. You know, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0 and all that. Rocko's Modern Life with Rocko and Heifer. Nickelodeon show. Then we got Danny Trejo, Cheech and Chong. Right there, Cheech and Chong. And then under them we have 3 of the Eddies from Iron Maiden. And then under that we have the Music Maniacs, Rob Zombie. And we have my Killer Clowns mug. A couple of Cheshire's things floating out here. Another one of my Nendoroids. This one I just didn't really have a place to put, so I shoved her there. She's from an anime, Angel Blade or something. I got her on sale. I thought she was cool because she was an elf, because fantasy stuff. And then we have Killer Clown Pops. We have the Baby Clown, and we are going to have to move the mug. There we go. Move the mug. And we have Fatso and Spiky. There you go. And then if we pan over further, you can see Ashley Williams. That's right, Ashley. That is his name. In the first Evil Dead, his sister referred to him as Ashley, but they never referred to him as Ashley after that, just Ash. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure Ashley Williams was also the name of a character in the original Mass Effect stuff. There you go. This is a Spirit of Halloween exclusive movie moment where the shorty is turning the woman into a cotton candy cocoon. And there is a female pop in there, a lady pop in there, but can't really see her. And then we have a bag dangler killer clown right there, and we have Frank, one of the newer pops for the clowns. And we have Jumbo, we have the Loot Crate, can't talk. Ice King, we have the Lego buildable Jeffrey the giraffe. And then if we go up from there, we have the Blacklight Spirit of Halloween Jumbo. We have another Eddie from Iron Maiden. And then we have a Norbert and SpongeBob, Officer SpongeBob. We have some good Godzilla movies. Those are the older Godzilla movies. And the first to redo Godzilla, we got the classic Godzilla sort of pop. I did pre-order the Jumbo 1954 pop is what it is. I have that one pre-ordered. Because you can pre-order in stores because they're not shipping the Jumbos to the stores in my area anyway. So I had to actually pre-order it and have it shipped to me directly. There's some of the older Godzilla movies, the first Godzilla movie and a couple of the others. There you go. And if we go over, you can see I have one of the newer Godzilla pops, or newer, movie from Godzilla vs. Kong. That's what that one's from. And then Homerzilla right there to go with my other Kong. And then we have South Park Satan, which is another one of these beefy pops, along with more Godzilla movies on the side of these. And then we have a Johnny Bravo Subway figure, and this guy is, once again, like those other Subway figures, he's at least 20 years old. That guy is that Johnny Bravo. And then we have a Hot Topic Dragon Ball with Goku and Krillin, and it is Goku with his tail. You can see his tail right there in the background. So it is definitely an old Dragon Ball when they're in their training gear from not King Kai, Master Roshi, when he's teaching them how to be turtle masters and ways of the Kamehame. And then we have Shin Godzilla and another Godzilla movie right there. And then we have a couple of the minions. We have the Crow minion and the Natural minion. These two might get replaced eventually because of other pops I'm going to be adding. We have Felix from, this was supposed to be like an anniversary Felix if I remember correctly. It says 100 years of Felix. So there you go, Felix the cat. We have Anger from, Inside Out. And this is the newer Spirit of Halloween exclusive. It is Wednesday Addams from the TV show. Not from the Wednesday series with, but she is all shiny and sparkly and covered in glitter because she's a diamond. And then Goku from the driving exam. This, if you don't know this episode, you are not a Dragon Ball fan. I'm telling you right now, this is Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Z is what the episode is from, but it is Dragon Ball series franchise at its best. The premise of the thing is Chi-Chi is coming home with groceries. She's getting chased by monsters nonstop. She's fuming mad, and she tells Goku they need a car, and Piccolo happens to be there at the same time, so she forces Piccolo and Goku to go take a driving test, and it is one of the best Dragon Ball Z episodes ever. If you have not seen it, you need to see it. It is hilarious. It is awesome. And yeah, so I love the episode and everything. My wife got me this one for Christmas when she knew it existed. She tracked it down. I didn't even know it existed. There's my Elvira Soda Pop. There's my Spiky Clown Soda Pop. There you go. Those are two that are out. Most of my soda pops are in their cans because no room. There's my Elvira Black Light. There's the standard Elvira. This is the only two I have. There was also a Hot Topic like Mummy Elvira, which is kind of cool, but I didn't really come across it, and I'm not probably going to order it. But there's a new Elvira that's out right now that is more like based off of the movie. Her first movie that she did, Mistress of the Dark. And it comes with her and Gonk, her dog. And speaking of her and her dog, there you go. There's the Toonie Terrors with her on her couch, and there is her dog right there. And that is the dog that was in the movie. So yeah, I'm probably going to track down that pop. Plus, she's not in her normal stuff. She's in like a robe and her hair is up and stuff because she's, seen from the movie. And there's the Rock Candy Elvira. And then we have another Jurassic Park. We have the Atrocitus Pantera. That was supposed to be an exclusive for somewhere. And then we have the standard Elvira NECA. I'm thinking about getting the Christmas one, but I haven't picked it up yet. I don't care about the one in the red dress. The one they had at like Comic-Con, if that one ever becomes available anywhere else, I might pick it up where she's like with guns and looks kind of Rambo-esque. That one would be cool to have, but I'm not a hardcore Elvira collector. I just some stuff because when I was a kid, I grew up in that era where she was on TV, and I used to stay up late because I've always had trouble sleeping, and she would be on late night television showing the horror movies, and that was sort of my intro into the horror. And I always thought she was cool. She looked cool. She was kind of funny. And then the older I got, the more I got the jokes, right? Because as a kid watching Elvira, you don't really get the jokes. You kind of chuckle. Kind of like Looney Tunes. You chuckle at half the stuff, but you don't really understand all the jokes until you get a bit older. But that is the rest of my pops. I don't have any other pops. That is all of my pops. Except my wife does have a couple of pops. She has a Eric Draven. She has the Everything is Fine dog pop, and she has a couple others, but these are all of mine. There's no more. I guess that's a bit of a lie because I do have my Jawa soda pop. Like I already said, he's actually on display with my Star Wars stuff, but yeah, I already showed his cans, so technically I don't really have any other pops. Alright, let's move on. So it's a bit rumbly in here because we have a fan blowing, but there we have the Otaku, is it? Tataku. I can't remember the company's name. But this is, I got this one at GameStop and it still had the box on it with all sorts of stuff on it. But inside the box is the full package. You can't really pick it up, but if I opened this box up and took her out, she would still fully be packaged. So it's kind of cool. Just kind of a neat little display Tomb Raider thing. An old Coca-Cola sign. We have the retro carded sort of Cal Kestis. Cool. I played those games. I actually enjoyed both of those games. The first one was better than the second one, though, I will say that. But, nothing to complain about with them, really. They're pretty good games. And I love the droid. The droid is awesome. I actually have the Lego of that. It is on display. We'll get to that in a second. Then, 1 year for my daughter's birthday, for Cheshire's birthday, we went to Lego and we all built minifigs. These are the ones my wife built. And then these are the ones I built. A mermaid, a dude in his trunks with a pizza and a Hawaiian shirt, because that's what I wear, Hawaiian shirts all the time. And then my wife, this is my wife's mom, Coca-Cola truck. There you go. And that is that. So I got to sort of lean back to get that in there. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. And then over here we have more amiibos, Mario amiibos. We have the classic Mario. We have the silver. We have the gold, and we have the normal colors Mario, like the standard colors. That was the traditional color, original color, whatever you want to call it. And we got more Batmobiles up here. We have the just says Batmobile, but it's from Batman versus Superman. That is what that Batmobile is from. And then we have another Batman versus Superman. This one is like a purple-ish shade to it, like a metallic purple. And then we have the Batman's Batmobile. And we have the Dark Knight's Tumbler. It is a silver tumbler, though it is not a standard color. Then we go back up at our roundy corner, and we have a gold animated Batmobile. That one is golden, and the one next to it is purple. They're the exact same, just different colors. And then that is the animated series Batplane, apparently, but it's the Batwing. This is coming out from McFarlane Toys, DC Multiverse. They're doing an animated Batwing. And then we have another Batmobile. I don't remember what this one is from. I really don't. I don't recognize it. I think it was supposed to be from one of the Justice Leagues or something, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We have a Joker right there. The Joker. He's got this little card. I got this mostly because of the package. I thought the full design, because it is a Hot Wheels, but it doesn't look like the standard Hot Wheels packaging. It's got a full picture of Joker, and it's like the classic sort of looking Joker. And then up here we have a mini classic Batmobile, but it is orange and red. Just a little mini version of the classic Batmobile. We have the gold Shovel Knight amiibo. We have the 3-pack Shovel Knight amiibos, and we have the standard Shovel Knight amiibo. And then we have another mini classic TV Batmobile. This one is like a blue and aqua color. And then it's not as bright over here, so I don't know if you can see it. These are the Brave and the Bold Batmobiles. They're all the same. This is like a normal one. This one is a gold. It's like goldish. It's got this gold hue to it. Camera's not picking it up too well. Sorry for that. And this one is a reddish. It has a reddish hue to it. They are all the same Batmobiles, though. They're all the Brave and the Bold version of the Batmobile. And if we go down there, we have the Batman. There you go, Batman Forever. And this is one McFarlane just released or is releasing. That lights up and everything. So that is the Batman Forever. And then we have two versions of the Batman and Robin Batmobile. This one is kind of a midnight blue color. And then this one is just the standard black. So that is what is over here. And then if we go down from there, we have this wall scroll that came with the collector's edition of Senran. I'm going to go sideways so we can get all in the camera, otherwise I won't be able to fit it. Senran Kagura X Neptunia Ninja Wars. This was for the collector's edition of that. So that is all that is over here. And then at the top of this shelf we have my Monster Fighters, Monster Hunters. It's actually called Monster Fighters, the set. That is the castle. I have all the sets to this except for two. I do not have the mansion or the house or whatever you want to call it. I never got that one. I wanted that one, didn't get it. And then the cemetery. There was a cemetery that came with like zombies and stuff. That's Sylvie. She's mad at me. She's mad because I'm not giving her attention. And I built this background. It has glow-in-the-dark paint. It does glow. The moon glows and the background faintly glows. And I just slapped it together so that I could frame in the top of the shelf with it. And you have the werewolf and the mummy. And Frankenstein is back there on the bench. Well, Frankenstein's monster. I know it's not Frankenstein. Frankenstein's a scientist. And then we got man-bats. They're supposed to be vampires, but they look the same as man-bat. And then we have Dracula up there, all menacing. And there is a female vampire. They glow in the dark too. Their faces glow in the dark. The moon up there glows in the dark. Spiders glow in the dark. And there's a bunch of ghosts inside here. You don't see where they are right now, though. There are a bunch of ghosts inside. And then that's one of the Monster Fighters. I don't have the full sets out because most of the sets are just these fancy vehicles. And they take up a lot of space. I don't really like them. They're not the greatest sets as far as vehicles and stuff. But the monsters are cool. And there is a hearse set that I do have. I don't think my hearse is... I used to park my hearse like half in the castle and half out, but I do not think it's up there. So it must still be packed up. But I do have the ghost train as well. This set also comes with this really cool ghost train. I do have that. And then, yeah. But like I said, I have everything except the cemetery and the house, the mansion. So, and if we go down... Alright, so we come down from the monster fighters. Right, we got some Mandalorians. I gotta use a light because I actually have to reshoot this because it's too dark. Too dark. So we have the Han Solo Falcon, which is doing like I mentioned with the Arkham Asylum Lego. This thing does not set in the sun. There is no smoke. Well, it didn't originally set in the sun. It started doing this like the one, so now I don't care. It wasn't always in this place. It was on a different shelf. But now I just don't care because it looks like crap. So that's just the way it is. But I don't know why it was partially yellowing and now it's, well, now it's whatever. We got some Jawas. We got the Razor Crest. We got another Mandalorian guy there. We have Obi-Wan's little hut in the background. You can see Luke and Obi-Wan and C-3PO and R2's in there as well. And then down here we have Disney Infinities. We have Boba Fett, Chewie, Solo, Leia, Vader. If we can get Vader in the light properly. There we go. Vader in there with his lightsaber and stuff. We got Anakin, Darth Maul, Ahsoka, Yoda, Obi-Wan, Poe, Rey, Kylo, Finn, Ezra, right? Is that Ezra? Is that his name? I forgot. Sabine. Dude, what's that dude's name? I don't remember. I don't remember the rebels' names. There's Kanan and Zeb, right? That guy was Zeb. Wasn't his name Zeb? I don't remember. And then I'm pretty sure that was Ezra Bridger, right? I don't remember. Can't remember. Jawa bobblehead. That's the one that goes in the soda pop can that I have in the other pop stuff. And then we have these microfighters. That's the Ghost with Hera. Chewie, which is just a random figure that has the a buildable C-3PO on his back. And then we have the Y-Wing with that chick you can get a Fortnite skin of. I forgot her name. Falcon with Chewie. Falcon with Han Solo. And then the rest, the top of the shelf has been dusted. The bottom has not because I got interrupted with real life. So the rest of it's pretty dusty. This is Yoda on whatever the heck that thing is. We have a little stormtrooper. We have the Freemakers. That's the main ship from the Freemakers. Inside, I don't know if we can see inside, but it's him, the kid and his brother and sister, and then in the back is a like machine, like another mech sort of thing in the back. And Roger is also in that. And then we have an Endor, Leia, a couple mouse droids, and that's from a Advent. These are both from Advents, Lego Advents, Star Wars. And then we have a Mando with Ragu in there. Can you see him in there? He's laying in the little cradle thingy there. And then we have the Do or Do Not diorama here with Yoda and his house and the Falcon and the muck. And then we have another Yoda back there. This is the one where he's supposed to be using force powers to lift that stone. That stone can connect to the base. And then the base rotates and Yoda will look like he's levitating. Then we have an older style Boba Fett figure back there where he's supposed to be flying off of his jetpack. If it will focus, he's got the flames that are under his jetpack boosting him. And then we have another Freemaker ship. This is the bad chick. And it's very dusty. Like I said, very dusty. And one of the Bad Batch right there. One of him. One of those dudes. Summer Vacation Yoda with a sandcastle of his Vader's castle. It's getting pretty dusty. Pretty dusty, and on these two shelves they need to be dusted. And then we have the AT. My AT is full of snow guys, but this is not the UCS. This is the one that came out before the UCS. And then we got Luke dangling from it. We have a micro AT, another micro AT in the back there. I don't think there's anything else back there. Yeah, there's a snow speeder in the back. And we have a bunch of snow troopers. We have a biker scout. We have a buildable R2 from Loot Crate, a drone. We have the BD1, buildable BD1 right there. We have Luke being suspended from ice. Supposed to be like the Wampa scene from Empire. And that came with an Advent, if I remember correctly. And then we have a couple Rebel snow troopers, and we have buildable Tauntaun, we have a micro of whatever this is. I do not remember, or I don't even know. I had to have known the name because I built the thing and it was on the box and the instructions, but I don't remember the name of this thing. This, my wife picked me up because she went to get me a Falcon one day, which we're going to look at in a second here. But they were on sale at Toys R Us. If you bought, the Star Wars sets were if you buy one at this price, you get another one 40% off or something. So she bought me the Falcon, and then she got me this one to go with it. Because it didn't have a regular AT-AT at that time, and it was one of the sets I always wanted, but we never managed to be able to afford it when they were out. So she could afford that one and got me that one. So yay for her. Yay for me, I guess. And then this is that dude from the new Kitty Star Wars show. But I got him at Walmart for $5. I thought he was pretty cool. I like how he's blue and how he is a Jedi Ewok. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know how canon that is. I know there was one, but yeah, I don't really know as far as all that stuff. But anyway, there's the Force Awakens Falcon. And I do have the, like I've already mentioned in this video, I do have the original Falcon they made, where it has the shell lid and the yellow minifigs. But I don't have that one on display. I haven't had that one on display in years because I didn't want anything to happen to it, but I probably will. Once I get the black Falcon, I'll probably put all 4 of my Falcons out. Then we have a bunch of battle droids that I haven't stood up yet because I need to get things for them. And they just come with random sets. And then this skiff with the guy, he came with a Advent. That Rey back there also came with an Advent. You can get the shadow off of her. There you go. She came with an Advent. And then we have a Microfighter Boba Fett in the Slave One, because that is what that ship is called, and that is what I will always call it. And then we have the battle pack for the clones. Those are there. And then we have the original Yoda Jedi Starfighter. There is a newer one, so it's not that big a difference. And then if we go down, you can see we have Marvel. I have a bunch of Marvel ones. I do not keep my Marvel ones out anymore, and I don't really buy much for Marvel anymore. It's very rare I'll buy a Marvel. What we have for minifigs here is we have the latest minifigs for the Marvel guys, the ones that you couldn't scan and you couldn't feel. So I have a few of them, but not all of them because I don't care. Then we got a Microfighter Thanos. You can see his goofy grin just like the DC guys. He has an Infinity Gauntlet, and his ship, his car, is an Infinity Gauntlet. It's got all the power stones and it's whatever. And this ship back there is the rocket ship that comes with adult and a little kid rocket. You can kind of see him in there a little bit. Then we got Storm, and we got Agatha, right? That's her name. I'm not 100% certain. Didn't watch the Wanda series. Then we got Iron Man. He's actually got a mouth on his helmet, which is funny. Grinding his teeth. Then we got the goat boat from Thor Love and Thunder, right? That's what that was from. And then we have Magneto. But he doesn't really have an exaggerated expression. Like he's like kind of got one eye, like he's got a muscle spasm in his eye, like he's. But the top of his car is an actual magnet built around it, so it's kind of cool that he has a magnet on his car. And then we have the Wolverine with the Sentinel head. We have this Wolverine with his little, I guess it's like a micro Quinjet or something. Not Quinjet, but a micro, dang, now I don't remember the name of it. It was that overpriced Lego set. Yeah, it's the X-Jet, the X-Men's plane. But his face is pretty funny. And then we have the Polybag Venom with the motorcycle. Now we have the Polybag Spidey with the Spider Mech. And then we have Moon Knight, we have Hawkeye, we have Spider-Man in the car, which got turned around. But yeah, that's the Spider Fighter. It's not very interesting because he doesn't have a face, obviously. But then we have this dude, I forgot his name. We got She-Hulk. We've got Scorpion in the micro car. And then we have Ghost Rider on his bike in the background back there. And then if we drop down one more, we have the What If stuff and a few other things. We have the Vision and Wanda, and I think she was from the Wanda stuff. We have a couple, that's the Watcher that fell over. I didn't know he had fallen over, but that was the Watcher. That is one of the Thor characters. There's Loki, with the Frog Thor. There's Sylvie with the Loki Gator, I guess. Spider, Doctor Strange, and then we have These are from the Guardians of the Galaxy Advent, Christmas Advent, but Drax and is it Nebula that's fallen over? But they're in Christmas sweaters, so I'm gonna stop for a second. Stand. All right, I stood them up so there you can see the Watcher, and then now you can see they're in Christmas sweaters. She has. Come on, focus. Focus. I don't want to focus, man. Man, it got worse. Jeez. She has Thanos on her Christmas sweater, and he has a dancing Groot in a pot on his sweater. And then we have Mantis with a guitar. And then we have the workshop with Star-Lord and Groot. And back behind there, if you can see it, I'm trying to get in there, we have the mech, the Wolverine mech, the Gigundo claws. And then we have the Milano, right? That's the name of that ship. And all of the Guardians are in that. Star-Lord is driving. We have, it's pretty dusty, so I don't think I can see in it. But you can kind of see Drax and I think Gamora, and then Rocket and Groot are in the back part of it. One of my favorite spaceships ever. That ship right there. They have Rocket, Groot, and Star-Lord. We have a Black Panther, Star-Lord. We have the Falcon. We have Gamora, but I don't. There's a certain version of her from the What If stuff. I don't remember. I don't remember what version. Red Hood, Captain America, Agent Carter as Captain Carter, Zombie Cap, another Captain Carter, two different versions of Captain Carter, and then we have the Thor's apartment. Thor in there. Thor's little apartment. And then behind that, if we can get in there, we can see it. Yeah, there you go. We have the Black Panther mech with his clawed hands tucked in behind Thor's apartment. And then the only other thing we have on this, my wife has a bunch of books down here, but we have the What If mechs. Iron Man mechs. There's the one. And then this one is the one that actually can transform. So it actually transforms into like a Formula Racer. Turns into a race car. But those are both from What Ifs. This is from the like Captain Carter What If, and this is from, yeah, I don't remember which one this is from, but yeah, they're just What Ifs. So that is it for the shelf. So up here, I just have this stuff needs scraped off. It's sticky stuff that we had on here at Christmas, and we just haven't taken the time to scrape it off. Like I said, we're rather busy. My wife especially is very busy all the time. So anyway, there is the new Ghostbuster ladies with the Ghostbuster car and the Duna car, and there you go, that's that. And then over here we have the actual Ghostbusters. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man came with Lego Dimension, and so did that Slimer that I decided to just stick on their base. And then there's my Switch. This is the Smash Brothers Switch. Cheshire has the Animal Crossing Switch, and I have the Smash Brothers Switch. There you go, if you were wondering, like, well, you got all them Nintendo games, where's your Nintendos? My Wii U and my Wii, Cheshire stole, and my Wii is an original Wii, so it can play GameCube games. My GameCube and PS2 are packed up, but I am my PS2 games, but those will come out next time I dig through my rubble, my stuff. And so I'm going to mention the stuff in the background here. Those are video game stuff. This is the Friends, the Central Perk Lego set. And you got Phoebe and Joey and Chandler and Ross and all them other people, and the two ladies and the dude back there at the cashier. You got all the standards. But we're gonna pull this out of the way for a second. Can't really see too well, but I used to collect DVDs. I don't collect DVDs anymore, but I have over 2,000 DVDs if I haven't mentioned that. And I'm probably gonna show at the end of this video. I will throw which ones I still have out. Most of them are packed up, but you can see my video game ones right here. Mostly those are the Resident Evils. We got the Resident Evils. We got Monster Hunter, the Tomb Raiders, the Max Payne, Tekken, the 25th anniversary, film collection for Street Fighter, which came with the 25th anniversary Street Fighter Collector's Edition. We have Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Warcraft, the movie, Game Over, the full series, a couple Angry Birds, some Sonics. We have the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, Volume 1 and 2. We have the Super Mario Brothers movie, the original Super Mario Brothers movie. We have Super Mario Brothers World 3. We have Flash Gordon and the RoboCop trilogy right there in front. And then behind that, we have the full, complete, this is basically becoming popular again for some reason, the complete Legend of Zelda. There you go, that's the complete series right there. That has become popular again recently, but that is every episode right there. And then we have some episodes of Captain N. There you go, Captain N. The Game Master. For those of you that don't know about that cartoon, that was a Nintendo cartoon. Then we got Pikachu, and then we have the Big Bang Theory set, which we're going to slide over. And then we have some Mega Mans. We got Detective Pikachu, and then we have Star Wars stuff. And then we have Ghostbusters, the 2 movies, the original 2. The Ghostbusters remake with the ladies, Kung Fu Hustle, Shaolin Soccer, Duck Soup, which is the Marx Brothers, and Brain Donors, which is an awesome comedy. But this thing goes back another row, and back behind that is The Simpsons. And we don't have all the Simpsons. We only have like 10 seasons of The Simpsons, and then next to those are all of the seasons of that 70s show. And then I'll push these back over my RoboCop and my whatever. And then below this, in this shelf, which we're going to deep dive into, we're gonna pop this open. We lost the character. We lost the minifig. Fell off. I watched Central Perk, so don't dive off. We have some mini Ghostbusters that we stuck in here, but this shelf is actually 3 rows deep. So we have a couple of these here, but then there's the fantasy stuff. You can see Hercules, the Journeys of Hercules, and behind and next to that Xena. Those are all my sword and sandals back behind this, and then behind this is my South Parks. That's what's in this one. And then you see an exercise video and some of the horrors, the Crow movies, the Haunted World of Super Beasto, the Tick, The Max. There it is, The Max, the full series of The Max right there. There it is. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which I just finished up doing the Wonder World of that in Fusion. So there you go. Elf, which is only up here. I used to have a whole full Will Ferrell section, but I keep Elf out because of Christmas. That's the same reason Harold and Kumar there, because I have all 3 Harold and Kumar movies as well. And then Elf, Scarface, some of my Quentin Tinos, some of my Monty Pythons, Cranky Anchor Season, Dorf, Oscar, Driving Dangerously. We got Barbed Wire and some Barbarella. Back to the Future, the 25th Anniversary Trilogy Pack, Ford Fairlane, one of the Elvira movies right there, and then if you go down, this is where we have all of our superhero stuff. You can see the full Batman animated series. That's what this is, complete animated. And then you got the Suicide Squad, and then I have some Lego Movie Lego sets tucked in here too. A little baby Lego and a Lego car, and then yeah, it's just a bunch of superhero movies. Behind these ones, there's the original Batman TV show and all the Batman movies. And then there are movies in there. These are my Ninja Turtle movies right there. You can't really see them, but I'm not going to pull them out. Behind these are all my Marvel movies, so there you go. That's it for what's in this shelf mostly. Now I'm going to dig out all my DVDs. If anyone wants me to do a video, it would actually be more than one video, of my DVD collection, I'll do that. You guys want to see it? Anybody leaves a comment down below where you was like, hey, I want to see these 2,000 DVDs you say you got. Well, sit back, boy, because it'd be a long haul, but I will do it. If you guys want to see it, I will do it. But that is it for the shelf. That's pretty much it for the collection video, but there are a couple things I'm going to throw in here at the end. So this is the only Mezco figure that I have, and it is, of course, Popeye. I keep him in the box and stuff because I'm building a diorama for him, and he's actually pretty cool. I'm on the fence if I want to get the blue toe that goes with it. I'm going to slide him out of this and then Not a toy for children. And yeah, there's the plastic because I keep the plastic over the thing, and I haven't even pulled him out. He's still in here. He is going to end up going in a little shadow box diorama that I am building. So that is the only Mezco I have, though. I don't buy a bunch of them, but I am a pretty big Popeye fan, which you wouldn't know because this is the only Popeye thing I have. But I think this one is just, it was too cool to pass up. And this right here is my DC graveyard. It looks like a mass grave because these are all my other DC guys that I don't have on display, and they're just kind of wrapped up. I don't even know. You can tell which one is which if you actually look at them a little bit, but we'll unwrap this one and see who we get. Who we got in here. Alright, yeah, one of the Suicide Squads. There you go. So, this full bin, I didn't see one of the gun packs, which I'll get to in a second here. But all of them are packed up like that, so they don't get bent, so they don't get crushed, so they don't get anything. There's my extra Superman that we were talking about. And then there is the one gun pack. But yeah, that's why I say I have, and those are all my plastic things for whatever. So with the ones that I have on display, these are the ones I no longer have on display. And that is why I have just over 200 DCs. And one last thing before we wrap this. Okay, so this is what's left of my amiibos. Like I said, I have most of the amiibos. Cheshire stole my Legend of Zelda amiibos. They are all on display in her room. So I am going to include a picture of them. I'll go in her room and snap a picture of the shelf that she has those on and include that in this. I'm not going to go through and name all of the ones that are in here, but they're all in here. And I did notice one thing while I was in here looking at these, and that is that I forgot a Metroid amiibo. I thought I had all my Metroid amiibos on display, but this is supposed to go with those, so I'm going to have to pull her out of here and put that back into the other ones. But there you go. That is it. So that's the end of this journey, my collection video. If you guys want me to post updates of my collection, if you guys want me to do hauls, if you want me to do a toy hunt, I'd be willing to do one toy hunt where I go to all the places I go to in one video, because that's the sort of thing I want to do on the regular. It's that sort of thing I want to make a habit of. I like watching people do toy hunts, though, so I would understand if somebody's like, we want to see the places you get your junk, dude. All that junk you have, where did you get it? And like I said, another thing, my collection did not happen overnight. This is like 26 years of anniversaries, birthdays, Christmases, 26 years of collecting all of this junk. So, yeah. Don't worry if you don't have much. Start out slow. Start out small, little pieces. Never spend more than you feel comfortable spending. Never buy stuff that is outside of your budget. Make sure you are collecting within your means. You're going to be happier if when you look at your shelf, you're like, that stuff did not break my bank. Because that's what I do. I buy the stuff I can afford. If that's why you don't see a whole bunch of like big statues. I don't have room for that anyway. That's the other thing, man. You only got so much room. Doesn't matter how big your house is. So like this is not on display. I wish I had room for this to be on display. I wish I could display my Infinity stuff. I wish I could display all my Skylander stuff. There's lots of other stuff I have in back house. 26 years of collecting. I have hundreds of Lego sets. Most of them will never be on display again. So I've hit that point where I've never sold anything, but now I need to. I have no more room for anything else. I have two options. I either start getting rid of stuff because I'm running out of storage space now as well. I've hit that point. So I'm either going to have to start selling back of house stuff because collectors that collect a lot, we got two collections. Our front of house, the stuff on display, and a back of house, which is the stuff nobody ever gets to see. And for me, some of that back house stuff has been packed up for 10 or more years or more. I will go into my Legos sometimes looking for something and be like, I didn't even know I had this set. Because I forget, there's just so much. So I've hit that point where now I either move to a bigger place, which is in the plans, or I sell stuff, and I'm probably doing a bit of both. Like I said, it's probably going to be some of Tab A and a lot of Slot B. But that's just the way it is. Back of house stuff has to get downgraded, has to get out of here. Got to move. Probably gonna get rid of like don't put offers. Don't ask what I'm selling. But I am gonna get rid of a bunch of my get rid of all my medieval Legos. They're gone. My Dark Forest, my castles, all that I'm getting rid of. I'm probably gonna get rid of the original Ninja and Samurai Lego sets I have. I'm gonna get rid of probably am going to downsize my Star Wars Lego stuff too, because I only have a little bit of it on display, and the stuff I have on display is the stuff I want to display. The other stuff I don't really even want out. So I'm probably going to get rid of a bunch of that as well. But there's tons of stuff I'm going to get rid of, and yeah, and then I'll make room for more stuff, and it sucks because I also have to be careful now for what I do collect because I don't have the room. So smaller things went out over big things, and that's just the way it is. But anyway, that is it. Like I said before, leave any comments you want to leave for me. I will read through all of the comments. If you want to use part of this video or all of this video, you want to talk about how stupid a collector I am, you want to talk about how horribly I display my stuff, you want to talk about anything you want to talk about, you go for it. You make your own content. You can trash me all you want. Go for it. You have my permission. I know it's not as much fun when the guy says, go ahead and berate me. I like it. I love it. Anyway, that's it for this time. Thanks for watching. So long.